Okay, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Can you see me? Can you see me okay? There is one thing that I did not do right before I switched the scene, and that is audio testing. Can I have each of you, starting with Blue, just speak, and then I'm gonna audio balance everyone.
Hello.
Perfect. And then Booby.
I'm saying words. Words for the test. Testing
Yes.
for the words.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, Dingle.
Yeah, hi.
Perfect.
Is that enough?
And then Inhari will be typing. Okay, perfect. Welcome everybody to a very special episode of Fairy Radio. This is the first episode, or not first episode, the first episode in a while of Fairy Radio, and obviously we have a lot of guests today. I asked on Twitter to give me your favorite lore channels, and a lot of you said only me, which is criminal because I don't upload videos. So we need to introduce everybody that is here to all of you guys because this is bad that you don't know people. So starting with ComfyBlue, give yourself a little introduction to chat here.
Hello, I'm Blue. I do lore stuff, I do theory stuff, and you know, have takes about foxes that I'm sure some of you are already aware of, for better or for worse. But I hope you have a wonderful time here today.
Amazing. Booby.
Good evening. I'm Booby. I do lore videos. Rain has Ghost and Bell and Wise got the creator gaze are my greatest hits. Thank you for having me.
The creator gaze, yeah, that's a huge thing that we'll get into here in just a second. Dingle.
Yeah, hi, I'm Dinglebob. I make lore videos and analyze thematics to improve people's understandings, and I'm here to. I hope I can provide like some help here.
Don't forget to don't forget to yell at the people who don't know how to read like you do in their videos too.
Yeah, don't worry, I will.
Okay, good. And then last but not least, we have Timely Idhari. I know a lot of you guys, when I mentioned it earlier, you know who Timely Idhari is on Twitter. They do amazing lore threads, and I thought we gotta include them. And so yeah, there you go. We have the chat. You'll be able to see. Let me actually solve that problem of the chat being a little too long here, and I'll put it right there. Anyway, there you go. So that's where you're going to be seeing Idhari type whenever we talk and whatnot. But yes, welcome. So I just told them we started yapping about lore like way before we should have, and so I had to come in here and stop everyone. But it's not going to be a super serious thing today. It's just going to be literally all of us just yapping about lore and you know, whatever we want to do. So obviously 2.5 introduced a lot of stuff to us. And I think, did everyone say that it's okay if we talk about the Xinguang event?
Yeah, it's okay personally for me.
Okay.
I didn't play it, but I'm not worried about spoilers.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then does the same go for the co-op or the co-op event?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sick. Very good. Yeah. So here's what we're gonna do. Oh, let me move everybody. Let me move everyone here. Here we go. Yes. So obviously, chat, if you have things that you want to talk about at some point, you can definitely put it in there. And if we see it when we're at a break, we can talk about it. But otherwise, we're just going to start yapping. There's a lot of shit that they showed in 2.5. But the first question that I'm going to throw out to you guys, which, by the way, whenever I like give a point, I don't really care if we bounce around, but I will introduce like according to my Discord, I'll go in order. So Comfy, whenever I ask a question, you can go first, and then it can bounce to whoever wants to pick it up. But with 2.5, I feel like one of the biggest things that I wanted to talk about was the fact that they gave the actual terminology for the Void Hunter weapons. What are your what are your little thoughts on the Void Hunter weapons?
Oh, did I get cut off? Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Stellar. My internet's dying.
Oh, is it? Oh no! Right when you're the first one.
Yeah. Right. Yo. Okay. Well, I heard up to Void Hunter weapons, and apparently my Discord audio is low for some reason, so I'm trying to figure that out too.
Oh, is it? I can turn you up on my end.
No, I mean like on my end, hearing you guys, even though you're all super loud.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little scuffed, by the way, today. So be wary or be patient, chat.
Yeah, this is real ham-fisted on my end. But for the Void Hunter weapons, I mean, I think it confirms what we've already like mostly thought. All the Void Hunter weapons have some kind of like entity for the most part. And the people who are considered Void Hunters have to have an entity in quotations as like almost like a prerequisite, right? I feel like it's less of a title, more of like an indicator. You're not like you're not so much a political servant as you are like a marked target, because they're just letting you know that this is like somebody with a walking nuke.
Yeah. Okay. That's actually really. So I was talking about it with my Discord, and I was saying I don't necessarily think that all of the Void Hunters had a Void Hunter weapon.
Interesting.
Because the way that they classified the Void Hunter weapons to me just seemed really interesting, because the Qingming blade, they mentioned I'm interested as long as they're not all swords. Yeah, I don't want them to all be swords either. The Qingming blade was mentioned that it grants like obviously the power up to a Void Hunter, and then it can temporarily quote like grant you past like a Void Hunter's power for like a small duration. But I for some reason I don't feel like you have to have a Void Hunter weapon to be a Void Hunter. Because, for example, Yixuan wasn't the owner of the Qingming sword, and he did offer her the role of Void Hunter, whether he knew she was going to decline it or not. Like, he did offer it to her. And obviously she seems to have, like, you know, the Qingming bird, like the offset of whatever the blade is. But I think the fact that Topps is trying to kind of create or seemingly create their own version of the Void Hunter weapons is also really interesting. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. I for some reason don't think that you have to have a Void Hunter weapon to be a Void Hunter.
Yeah, that makes sense because each one was offered a title. Yeah.
It's tough. We don't know like what the real rules are because the mayor just had that plot twist that he's collecting baddies with demon swords.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what plan is that? I think it's a good plan. Whatever plan it is, it's good. But I know he's evil.
I would have to agree. I think it is a good plan as well.
Yeah, I think like the Void Hunter weapon thing, as far as it being like an indicator, it's like one that you get. You could like, let's say you have like a weapon, like a Void Hunter weapon, but you're not great at fighting. You probably still would be a Void Hunter because you know they're just indicating that you have the weapon. But somebody who is like Miyabi tier without a Void Hunter weapon would probably still qualify because they're also like busted because Miyabi can, you know, stop a moving train, jump over buildings, and like fight Superman fist to fist.
I think it's really interesting. Like, I think they're actually hive minds. Like, they're connected to the creator hive mind, like Hive Lord, like we get in the Lord teaser. And then also we see Geppetto. Like, he's just got strings on him, making more ethereals. So I do think it works like that because we see Miyabi inside of her like visions when she has Tailless like visions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like her mom shows up, Tailless shows up, and like some of the previous owners. But then also with the Qingming bird, like when Yi Zhuan goes into her, I call them mindscapes, but we don't have like a real name on them. They just call it a realm.
Yeah, the domain, lack for a better term, domain expansion that they seem to have.
Yeah, exactly. So like they go into their like crazy like space, their realms, and then they like see the people who used to have them or like shared a connection with it. So for the Qingming sword, you see all those old dudes who used to own it. And like you could see in the first one with Yi Zhang, you can see them like holding the swords that are flying around when she's using it.
Yes.
So any of them that have a hive mind could essentially become another Void Hunter if that's what he's after. If that's what the mayor is after.
Speaking of hive mind, I think all the weapons are like an extension of like maybe a great hollow because like the Qingming sword was resonating with the Leminian hollow specifically, right?
Yes.
I think every single like weapon has to do with like each great hollow like for some weird reason.
Yes.
No, I don't think it's suspicious. 7 hollow, 7 swords, 7
Yeah,
yes. The 7 deadly sins. Yes. I did a whole thing about that of like I do think that there is the 7 swords and it does like each one pertains to specific hollows. Because we do know that Qingming obviously is with the Limnian. That was like this entire thing. And I do think that Tailless, I've been telling chat this for a while, but I do think Tailless would be with the Persinus hollow because it resonated with that core that was in the Milanoe hollow, which is a companion hollow of the Persinus hollow. So I think that that's where that one like could have resonated from. So it's gonna be really interesting in seeing, I guess, when we're gonna get to the Persinus hollow, because now it seems like we're gonna start getting into the Papago hollow, which is cinema, by the way, actual cinema. The things that they said in that co-op event.
Okay, so I have a question, kind of like piggybacking on that, since. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but the Dark Wall is just the biggest hollow on Earth. They didn't call it the biggest or oldest in New Eridu because it's just not in New Eridu. They were really sneaky with it. Do you think that there's like someone connected to that one the way that, or a one of those demon swords connected to it, like Void Hunter weapons?
Like one of the Void Hunter weapons connected to the Dark Wall?
Yeah, like, because if the Dark Wall is just a hollow, like, it looks like on the moon.
See, I don't know how to answer that because since we know that they mentioned the Dark Wall is the energy is like either resonating with Hollow Zero or they're trying to distract us from the Dark Wall by bringing us to like Hollow Zero, whatever that person said in there. So whatever sword pertains to Hollow Zero, or I guess sword. I say sword. Let me clarify. Whatever Void Hunter weapon, because it better not be a sword. They better not all be swords.
They're not all swords.
Pertains to Hollow Zero, I guess would also resonate with the Dark Wall. But since I don't know, because like, would we classify the Dark Wall as as like an actual hollow? Like, do we
I
think
think it's
it
just
has
a
the
really big
same?
hollow, and like because
Yeah,
it's not new Eridu, they just don't call it in new Eridu. They
yeah,
love
there's
to
like
put
Well,
sneaky wordplay in there with like for everything is sneaky like
They
that.
do.
yeah, like you can see like a picture of it, like it covers like the entire planet. Like it's crazy.
yeah. I
Also,
think like
so just to sorry, I'm trying to watch it Hari's chat to make sure that they're not left out here.
But yeah,
When you say did they say that, the image that I think you're talking about was the fan edit that came from Ashikai's video, which is not like an official source, but they did
yeah, no,
say
there's
that uh the dark wall is on the edge of the city. They didn't necessarily say that it was surrounding the city, but they said that it was on the edge of the city. And they did also mention that like it's seeming that the higher ups are trying to distract us from the dark wall by bringing our attention to Hollow Zero.
like the image I was referring to. I believe it's like found in Hollow or in the Leminian Hollow in like the free roam. Like you can just like
Mm.
go out to it and like look at it.
For the dark wall?
Yeah, like the entire planet. Like there's like 3 dogs and stuff, and like you can see like the entire planet, like an image of it. I think Lastic touched upon
Oh my
it in
gosh, you're
another
right.
video as
You're right. I
well.
should have a screenshot of that. Let me
If you can
that.
find that, I actually have no idea what you're talking about.
Hold on, let me find it.
I'm pretty sure I know which image you're talking about from doing the collectathon yesterday.
Yeah, like I
But I've
remember
already
it like vividly.
yeah, I like operate under the assumption that the whole rest of the planet, if not like most of it, is just hollow at this point. And with we're going back to the Void Hunter weapons, right? Hollows expand until they're stopped. Like we're stopping a lot of hollows with just like Ethereal Slaughter and the Shiryu pillars. But
Mhm.
like let's say all the hollows in New Eridu connected, the 6 or 8 ones just all touched each other. Then if we still classify that as one hollow, we're still having one sword or one weapon for each of the hollows, right? I think at this point we're getting distracted from the dark wall because Tops is trying to manufacture like en masse Void Hunter weapons. If the hollow is like big enough to cover the earth, then they could probably just poop them out constantly. They could make like 20 of them and just have like
Mhm.
a whole army of Void Hunter weaponed up people who can subdue the rest of the people should anybody want to go against Tops because they're all like doing power play stuff.
But I think the cost of the fake ones are too great. Like I don't really know how well they'd be able to just like mass produce something like that. Because like the Tigerbane Bell, right? Okay, so for example, they do I know we were talking about the Xinguang. In the Xinguang event, they do bring up the Void Hunter weapons again. So there is a moment in that event where we actually get to see the events happening with the Tigerbane Bell. Like that Fufu was telling us, we physically like replay that scene. And the Tiger Clan mentioned even back then, which technically was like at the Fall Field Capital for that one, but that the Tigerbane Bell was created like as an attempt to be a Void Hunter weapon, but that there was a flaw in it. And the flaw is what makes them have to consume someone else's life to gain the power. So I don't know necessarily what the flaw is or how they would not have the flaw, but I feel like that's what's going to be the most interesting dynamic between, I guess, the Void Hunter weapons race that's happening between the mayor and Tops creating their own.
Yeah, I think the whole having an entity on the other side, like it being more of a symbiosis versus like a me and you also taking over something else kind of deal.
Yeah,
is where this is heading. Because I'm not sure how many of y'all play WoW, right?
I don't.
Like World of Warcraft. Well, there is a class of characters, like a denomination of characters called Demon Hunters. But Demon Hunters are people who absorb demons, like they eat them essentially, and they get all the demon powers. And then they use that because they do that because they hate demons so much that they're going to do anything possible to eradicate all the demons. And if we think about Void Hunter in a similar way, instead of it being like a title, we can think of it more like a class. We're using the Void to fight the Void, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's more like taking in an entity from these hollows, putting it in a weapon, and having like some kind of back and forth symbiosis, like equivalent exchange, like Zhao's always talking about.
Right.
The equivalent exchange between you and the entity. So we have like Miyabi getting bloodlusted and the memories from the Qingming. And the other, the only other thing that we've seen that has an equivalent exchange agreement in that form is Fairy. so far, which also makes her eyes glow up with the Void Hunter symbol. So, in terms of producing Void Hunter weaponry, it could be that the AI are one step towards that.
Towards producing a Void Hunter weapon.
Yeah, like an artificial one, because as an AI, Fairy is. I don't think Fairy is in the HCD, first of all. I think Fairy is in the proxy's brain, like just flat out, because the proxy's brain works like a simulated MIDI hollow. They're on the same frequency.
Right,
And
right. I would agree.
The only way Yokai would have also been able to get out of the Lemnian hollow is operating through a similar frequency by being on the hollow's wavelength to jump to another host, right? So the agreement that Fairy's talking about is probably something to do with like becoming that weapon or incorporating the other AI to become some sort of weapon. And the eyes that the proxy have are probably like the first perfected synthetic one.
Right. So you're talking about the theory that you mentioned where like you think whenever they get all the 4 AIs together, then they'll combine into like something superior.
Megazord.
Yeah.
Mega AI.
Interesting. I have a very different take. I think the agreement about like what we see in the first like in the prologue cutscene where we see like the hollow in the sky collapse into Hollow Zero and we get like a few flashbacks. We see Fairy and Ginny awaken and stuff. In that one, like I think that the agreement is that they have to sacrifice themselves in that moment. Like in the end, it's all come down to like them making that final sacrifice and like
the AI or the users?
the users.
The users. Okay.
But that's also why I don't think Belle and Wise are going to get all 4 of the AI. I only think they're going to get Fairy and Ginny. They only say those 2 names.
I do also hope that they don't get all the AI. Because I think that would just be lame. I would like other people to get the AI as well.
One thing I will say,
100%. I think it'd be better for the story too.
Like just touching upon like Comfy's point about how all of them have like their own flaws, like the weapons, right? Like I think there's one server member that talked about them embodying like the 7 deadly sins, right? Like you know how Miyabi's I'll presume Miyabi's would entail like wrath, and like the Qingming sword would entail greed, matching the theme of this story right now being greed, right? I think all the weapons in the future are going to entail like the rest of the sins, right? And like a personal flaw to overcome for each Void Hunter. That was my presumption.
I like that because in the prophecy mission, you have to befriend both the virtues and the sins.
Yeah.
I like the idea of like transforming from like the vices to the virtues. I do like that motif. And it seems like that's what they're doing.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it makes more sense after the Qingming event too, where we learn she has to go through the door. You know, there's some kind of door where she's gonna unlock it.
Yeah, the Chainsaw Man door. The door that we have no idea what's behind there. Very scary.
Like what I was saying was like I think like all of them are gonna have like consequences tied to using them, you know?
I think that is like an apparent thing, is the consequence thing. And Hart says, I have another different take. I feel like Fairy is the one from the future where Belle and Wise sent only her back to save the past. At least I'd like that better than the world is in a loop theory. And see that is interesting.
That is really interesting.
Okay, speaking of like time travel and stuff, like I think you touched upon how, you know, like they found a solution to the Hollow disaster in like one random timeline, right? Do you think that's the reason like the fall of the old capital happened? Like if you think about it, right? Like the higher up companies, they only benefit from having the Hollows around, right? They get energy from them.
Correct.
They get they can make money from them, right? Wouldn't it make sense? Wouldn't it be in their best interest to keep them up? Right? Like so anyone like threatening that like monopoly would like endanger their entire asset. So I think that is why they're painting like Carol Arna as like a bad person. She must have found like or contributed to finding the solution to like the whole disaster, right? And they're trying to stop that from happening. Does that make sense?
That does make sense. I do think, I know you guys were saying, or this was before we actually started the stream, but you mentioned that you think it's a red herring of them trying to make us believe that Carol like actually was working with the Exaltus.
Yeah, Yeah, like it just seems like too obvious, right? Like every scene that she's in, it seems like she's like off onto some like bullshit. So like I think it's purposeful that they're trying to make her look like a bad person. But they're trying to hide something, I'm telling you.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's interesting that Carol specifically spoke in a way that she knew that the MCs would hear her. Because she didn't leave a recording device. Like, it was
Okay,
all, it
the
was all a
Isolde's
miasma thing.
interactions. The Isolde interactions give it away. She was able to interact with them the way Isolde was able to interact with
True.
Magus.
Uh-huh.
It's
Wait.
just that Belle and Wise don't know that.
Are you
They weren't
saying
there to see.
Are you saying in terms of like that Carol was actively speaking to them in this as opposed to like reciting a message, or
Yeah,
interesting? I
because
was just gonna
Isolde
say that
actually
she
interacts
assumed
with
that it was gonna
Magus,
happen.
and
Yeah,
then
she
she might
does.
just not be able to see them or something.
She does. She does also actively target she sees what they're doing and targets the sphere. Like the dome. That's a good point. I didn't even think about that. She was actively like talking there. But that's so weird. That's so that like
Yeah, it adds a lot of whenever mystery gets solved, like it opens more mysteries.
why the
Always.
interference then? Like whenever she was speaking and it was breaking up like every other word.
Could have something to do with Belle and Wise and the hollow in their head.
It could be
Wait,
that.
oh my god, I just thought of something. Okay, sorry for interrupting, but like you know how like they said that they're like the proxies were questioning like the flashback with like Sheng Wang. Like it's almost like they didn't know that it happened. Do you think that they're in like a different timeline that like that they didn't experience?
See,
like, I don't
that's
know,
the thing. I don't dislike the different timeline idea. But I actually I mentioned it on a comment to one of Hari's posts earlier today. But I do think it'd be really interesting if it's like quite literally either implanted memories by the creator or that they're witnessing the creator's memories, and that like this was what Hari was saying earlier on Twitter, is that like the creator could actively be doing a situation that the Night Horror did, where it like actively could reach outside of the hollow to like pull people in, that the creator is able to sort of have a reach on people even outside of the hollow. Because not only is with the whole like implanted memory thing, right? Like idea, it's weird that Belle and Wise say that it seems off, but Xinguang thinks that it's normal. But then we do also have Sarah, who had that whole memory thing where like she thought she was part of HSO, but they have no recollection of her being like an HSO part. And so like it would be interesting if that was an implanted memory like from the creator, because in that scene, now to be fair, the rest of her crew could have been anywhere else, but if I'm not mistaken, in the art of Sarah, like underneath the rubble, she's the only person there.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's not a crew at all.
I don't think she's in an HSO outfit either. I think
she's not. She's not in an HSO outfit. Yeah.
I think the one of the things with the creator like being able to reach out of the hollows, that's interesting based on like the Carol messages and based honestly on what we saw with Xi'an too, is Carol said in one of these audio recordings, I was able to see everything, the beginning and like the disastrous end or something, and I'm doing this even with the loss of life to like fight against that. Something to that effect, right? So we know that even just a tertiary glance or touch with the creator from Xi'an can link you to their consciousness and tell you about their existence in some capacity, which is how he knew how to use that weird tech to get Chungus's memories back. So, not memories as senses, sorry. So I think like because Void Hunter weapons, number one, are probably intrinsically related to the creator, and number two, the eyes that we have are likely from the same source, but are probably the only Void Hunter weapon that's physically implanted in a person.
Mm-hmm.
That the creator probably has like an easier reach on Bell and Wise and can probably like brain jack them, almost like Shungus Blanco does with Shungus.
Okay. Question on that. If we're going on the assumption that it is a Void Hunter weapon and that it is connected to the creator, do you think the creator always had access to it? Or do you think it was only during, like, now? Because now we saw the symbol actively, like, their eye situation is getting worse. Do you think it was always connected, or only once they, like, literally saw them and made connection?
I think it's like mostly dependent on proximity, because so far we've seen the only other instance where they could have possibly been brain jacked or like had memories implanted be near the Lemnian Hollow, which is like the singular place we're seeing the concentration of the creator right now.
Mm.
I think it's only gotten worse because they actually reached out and expelled the mist. And we know if you pop a crazy ethereal being, they can curse you for generations, like
They can.
the Nightwalker,
Yeah, the
like
Night Horror.
So it wouldn't surprise me at all if they caught like a little whiff of creator smoke.
Yeah, that
and
black
now
smoke.
they're just cursed. Yeah, they hit the black and mild a little bit too hard, and now they got to cough for the next like 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's that is interesting.
Okay,
Because
one thing I will say,
yeah,
sorry for interrupting, but
no,
like,
you're good.
you touched upon proximity. If I may, I don't think it's like proximity personally. I think it's fueled by emotion, and the reason I think that is because Seed had eye implants as well, and her eye implants were caused by like emotional distress. Right? Seed Senior made it like very clear that that was the case. Like every time like Belle's eye implants have activated, it's because of like she's reacting to something like that's terrible that's happening. Right? First
Yeah.
with Vivian, now with seeing a Sheng
Mhm.
Wang like almost dying. Right? I think it's mostly triggered by emotions rather than like proximity personally. You know?
It's like a
It
fail
is
safe.
100% in chapter. I think it's chapter 1. You know when like the little kid gets lost with the cunning hairs, and then like as she's taking a step back, a hollow appears. Not a hollow, a fissure. My brain is like melting. Sorry. So much to yap about. So the fissure appears and the kid gets out safe, but Nicole is the only one there connected to Ether that can like actually help them. Like Belle or Wise were not there to like see what was happening. Nicole was freaking out in that moment. It's always connected to extreme emotions.
Wait, when was this?
Like
Well, I
chapter
think
1 of like season 1.
Oh, you're talking about when the kid that was leading the dead and butcher away?
yeah.
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 Okay.
A fissure appears there miraculously too. It's not, I don't think it's a miracle if it happens every time they need it to appear.
Yeah.
So you think like other ether connected agents can just like do it too unknowingly?
No, I think it's just like the very special agents that they've like told us about. I think the 4 most special characters in the game are Rain, Belle and Wise obviously, but Rain and Nicole and Anby.
I do think Nicole obviously has a huge thing. Nicole 100%.
Whatever we find out
has
about them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
love
gonna
Andy.
be crazy.
Well, yeah, like okay, like there's like a lot of hints that like Nicole's family members are like pretty important. Like, who do you guys think they are? Like,
I still think
I
it
think
would have
she's
been really
connected to
funny.
Archie.
Oh, Archie. Okay, I was
Archie?
gonna say I thought it
Okay.
would be funny if it was the Mayflowers, if they picked her up and then she left, and then now she still had like weird connections to. Because like, where the fuck did she get the briefcase? We still don't know
Yup.
where she got
I
that
think it's
from.
I think her briefcase is the original HDD, and I haven't put out like my full theory video on it yet, but like yeah, I think her briefcase is the original HDD.
But I'm surprised that she can, because she can swap the actual like tech inside of the briefcase into another object. Because like
crazy.
the lore of her skin is that she actively disassembled the entire thing and rebuilt it in a different like briefcase. That way it looked cute.
But to Booby's point, I mean, we kind of do the same thing with the HDD when we move around to like the outer ring and stuff like that. We
Yeah.
have like a kind of a satellite version of it.
Which
They
I'm
keep
interested
packing
in
it up
that.
and putting it new places.
Because they didn't even do that. The mayor did that. He was like, we already set up a small little thing over there for you.
Oh, are you sure?
In
the outer ring when we first went over there?
No, not in the outer ring. In Wi-Fi. We set up the one in the outer ring, yes. Like in the back of our truck.
Yeah.
But whenever we were going to Wi-Fi, he was like, I already have like a small little HDD thing over there for you guys. He was like, you guys just need to tune it. So one of you needs to stay here. The other one goes over there, and then you guys can tune it. Like from your actual HDD.
Yeah. I don't know, I have a lot of reasons to think that. Well, okay, so my biggest one, the one that like kind of smacked me in the face about the connections between Nicole and Arky. We know that Arky went into Hollow Zero to find the truth, and then it was later revealed that the truth is a sword that quote unquote can turn back time. Insane
Ooh.
that they just said that in the game. But Nicole's shirt has a sword with like an infinity symbol on it. Like as like the guard for it. That's the
Wait.
infinity symbol.
Actually, hold on.
And it's
On
making a reverse. It's turning around. It's crazy.
on what thing? Sorry.
On Nicole's shirt.
Her shirt.
My dumbass googling Nicole's shirt like that was gonna show me Nicole's.
That's what I'm doing
Zenless.
right now.
Oh, that's funny.
It took me a hot minute to realize it was supposed to be a sword, but when I did, it smacked me in the face. Like I stepped on a rake like Looney Tunes style.
Why am I not?
Like on her default skin from the left to the right.
Yeah,
So you're
I
saying
like-
the left is the
that's the guard.
guard. Okay, I see.
And if you follow it, it would be turning back time. It's a little crazy how they did the symbolism for that. And she holds up her Denny to the sun, and then she says like fortune favors the fool, and the fool is the first card in the tarot, and it's supposed to be like the start of your journey. And Sarah says, "Fools, you all will ... at the end of 2.5."
Oh, when
it's
she
all
was
craziness.
going away. Yeah, I do. I can kind of see how that's a guard on the left side. Hold on, I got something in chat here. Also, I was trying to find
It's so
the,
subtle and sneaky. And then an even crazier thing, the background of the HDD is a Bang Boo with the right eye crossed out, and Amelian's right eye is crossed out.
Amelian does have a Amelian's such a cutie pie though. I love Amelian.
Pretty crazy stuff out here.
Actually, though. Wow, that's cool.
So sorry I like sidetracked it so much.
Oh, no,
my gosh,
no,
I
you're
did not mean
good.
to sidetrack the conversation.
You are good.
No, that's real interesting.
Yeah,
I'm like looking at
bro,
pictures right now.
I'm looking at the pictures right now,
pulling up
bro.
pictures. That's funny.
It's cool. Also, you mentioned Anby. Like, you think Anby's gonna be important? Like, why do you think? Like, I'm curious as to why. Because like, I like Anby too.
Oh my gosh, there's so many reasons, but I think the biggest one is like after convincing myself that I think Nicole is connected to Arky, I started looking at Ambi different, and I think she's supposed to be a like a clone of the leader of the Falconane mercenary troop.
Oh,
Anby, that's interesting because
Yeah,
I've always heard the
bangs
popular theory that that Nicole is the like daughter of what the fuck am I trying to say? The family tree of the leader of the Falconane mercenary troop. Not necessarily her mom, but you know, in the bloodline. In the bloodline.
The pink hair really got me at first too, but
so wait,
Yeah, like-
you're going off. You think that Amby's
I'm
connected
going
to the
off
leader?
like more lore than like how they look.
yeah. Like the only thing that like kind of got me about like
Descendant,
that
thank
whole
you.
like Alkine leader, she's like one of the only hunters that aren't like named. Like she's the only one in her group that's not named. Like why are they trying to like hide her?
Isn't that crazy? Here, I'll send
Yeah,
my
you're
little
right.
like I have a copy image link. I'll send it in the chat.
There's like a whole other shtick with the lore teaser that is really deep.
Another. Just keep going.
There's so much like weird stuff in the lore teaser. Number one, I feel like it is at least managed in some part, or it was managed in some part by Carol, because you know I think that the password when they were hacking into it is the Legend of Faithin, because you know how it shows like the like here lies Faithin, whatever. It shows that in the same font as the access granted, like with all the same boxes, so it pops up in the same way. And then once we pass the Legend of Faithin, then we're able to see the information, which is buried in the depths of Internet, like away from anybody under like the most maximum clearance, right? And somebody in my Discord had mentioned once that they think Carol is based off of the Minotaur, with like
Ooh.
Ariande's thread
Right.
guiding the proxies back to the Minotaur. And in that case, the thought is like, what is the thread? This is the most like crackpot thing, but like it's called the Internot network. It's a knot of knot of like information, right? Another way that you can define Ariande's thread in more modern terms is a series of puzzles that each give you a separate piece of the whole, right? So like complete puzzle 1, you have 1 hint. Complete puzzle 2, you have hint number 2. Complete puzzle 3, so on and so forth. So if Internot is meant to be like almost the end goal of this, where all the information is stored, where we need to learn everything, and Carol is breadcrumbing us all the way there via stuff like the Hollow disaster, even.
That actually does make sense.
We can like say that we are literally following Ariande's thread all the way back to Internot with all the locked up information, which is where we'll probably get like, you know, Fairy's clearance given back, because she can't even talk about yokai.
That was interesting.
So
I thought that the fact that she didn't have clearance to talk about it was odd, because I didn't know if it was she didn't have a clearance to talk about it to us or just in general.
Sneaky with how they said it too.
Yeah, it felt more like an in general thing, because she's lacked clearance with some other stuff too. I feel that she's more incomplete versus like just not telling us stuff. Because if she wasn't telling us stuff, I feel like she'd be a real, jerk to second proxy, saying like, actually, I'm not telling you specifically, but I also kind of can't tell the main proxy.
Yeah.
You guys are all so smart. Oh my god.
I disagree. I feel like we all just smoked something and then we're
nice of you.
And then we're going. We got two different sides. Oh yes, you are smart. So okay, this is going all the way back to like the beginning of the conversation, but actually, no, I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna try and stay a little bit on topic. The AIs. Did you guys go through and find all of the lore items that were in the new exploration?
No,
oh my god, we have to talk about Night if we haven't.
Yeah, that's what I was about to bring up. Yeah, so Sunbringer, there is the hiring notice, right? And in the hiring notice, Sunbringer is specifically requesting, like prioritizing intelligent constructs to be brought onto the team, and that they're going into AI development. Like they were trying to develop an AI. And then later on, we see like I think it was a version 2 of an AI called Night that was basically built into the entire like in ITE. And it was built into the mining complex itself, so that anyone while walking around can just like say something out loud and the AI will hear it and then respond. But was it Night 4? Sorry, Night 4, version 4. Do you think that this is trying to hint at the fact that Sunbringer is the one who actually created the AIs?
Yeah,
it could be.
And I think it kind of connects Giroy.
Yep. There's another issue with that Night thing. Wasn't like part of that same doc them saying, "Hey, don't say any personal information because Night's gonna learn it."
Yes,
and, like,
they
we
did.
Don't want you getting exposed. Yeah.
Yes.
Kind of lines up with how much respect Fairy has for privacy.
She does. She does. No. She does. She's because the first time that I like really noticed that was whenever she the AI in the HIA system, whenever it sent us the message, she said something about like, "Are you really okay with me like going through your emails or some shit like that?" I don't remember what it was, but she was being like, I don't know, cute about wanting to keep things private.
It's actually nice of her. Wow.
I mean, hey, it could be in the contract.
You know, she'd look.
I still think we need to get Fairy a body.
True.
Give her
If
an
they could give
intelligent
Karen a
construct.
body, they could give Fairy a body.
Exactly. Exactly.
Also, like, do you guys think Billy's gonna be relevant like soon? Like, I want to see more of him personally.
Honestly, not right now. I mean,
I see.
they could like they could, because they teased that we're going to be getting another story of like, you know, someone from the past, which
like,
everyone
he's
assumed
like,
was going to be Billy, but
like the thing is, like, they've been going pretty deep into like the robotic themes. Like, we've had Seed, we've had what's that fucking guy's name?
Bonway?
Yeah,
Oh,
Banyue. Yeah, Banyue. We've seen like one of the, I think, a silhouette of a Void Hunter that was also a robot. Like, I think we're gonna see like more expansions into that story arc.
okay,
Also,
see
like,
that I can see. Also, I do want to point out Idhari's message is very funny because that's true. When Vivian woke up on the couch to see Faith and Fairy turned away and shut the screen off.
That's so cute. Aw.
That did happen. That was really cute. Yeah, I think it's interesting that they're like, they are hard pivoting to the OG Void Hunters right now. Like, okay. Yeah, so let's talk, since we're on the OG Void Hunter thing, in the co-op thing, since we said that we were going to talk about it, they basically soft confirmed that Joyous is alive.
Yeah.
ooh,
Yeah, because they said, and quote, Joyous's disappearance leaves us with one option, and that's you to lead us through the Papago Hollow. So, considering the fact that they're saying that he's missing and now they need to use us instead, to me is like, okay, well, if he was dead, they would have just been like, you're our only option.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, sneaky with how they choose words.
Yeah, so it's just, now we have like Sunbringer. Now we know Lieutenant Colonel Dan of the Garter Staves is like actually active. And then now we know that like Joyous is also technically still alive.
That put his disappearance in like a weird spot.
Yes,
Thinking
I would
about,
agree.
Like RK leaving, would Joyous have been around to go look for RK, the other Void Hunter, or would Joyous have already, you know, like bit the dusty trail?
I don't know. I
I think
really
they left
don't
it
know.
very mysterious on purpose.
Because the other
'Cause-
thing is that like Sunbringer is such an entity that it's hard to put a time on any of this after all the stuff in 2.5. She's just an existence at this point. I don't even know what to call her really.
There
Mm.
was okay. Remind me why everyone is saying that she is an alien.
So I don't know like what the general consensus is, but from my thinking, Sunbringer is around during the time of the founding of Eridu proper, like the OG Eridu.
Right.
Meaning that there was a feudal system before Eridu, because they keep talking about how the Lord and Lady Sunbringer want to help them make the mines to build the city. Like the Lord has been sending people on scouting missions to go start the foundation of Eridu, which is why there are mercenary troops, that's why they're everything, which would also put like, you know, a date perhaps on the Falconhain mercenary troop, because if there are a lot of mercenary troops around the foundation of Eridu specifically, then we could kind of assume that, you know, Falconhain is from back then. Same with the Melt Iron people from the Qingming quest. But Sunbringer being around there, she was doing a few things that are entirely sus. She was the only one who knew really about Lumite and about purifying it into porcelain.
Yeah.
Because she was the one who intuited that, or just put it out there. It was like, hey, you know, this glowy rock can cure your hollow corruption.
And
they
then
were like,
then
"What?"
brought it as like a messiah to a place and gave it to
Yep.
them to show it. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. And then she also cured somebody, I'm pretty sure, flat out. Like she just like looked at them with like, she said they said something like, oh, she gave him a sad look and she like cured him. And then after the fact, they marked her as a traitor. The Lord had marked her as a traitor along with like some other people, like the factory founding heads and whatnot. I think one of them was the person who made the AI, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, One thing I will say about Sunbringer, since we're on her topic, like, why does she keep her knowledge source a secret? Like, when she was asked about how she knows how she's like doing all these things, like, she couldn't answer them. Like, what does she know that we don't? And why can't she like tell us? Like, do you think she's like secretly from the future, or like, how does she know
I
all
think she
this?
might just be old Civ. I genuinely think she might just be old Civ, because
That would
if
also make
we're gonna
sense.
take the Polygon interview from like when the game came out, was it Polygon or was it oh
There was a
god, I
ton of
forget which
interviews when it
magazine
first came
was.
out.
Yeah, there was, I think, no, I think it might have been Famitsu, I forget what, but they said that the Hollows happened because there was a giant war. Boom, like that's it. Like a Hollow happened because big war.
It was the
Old Civ
aftermath
gone,
of
now
the
new
war.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like we have intelligent constructs that are like holding on to their memories from their like actual life. It would not surprise me that the old Civ had like even better versions of that tech, and
Yeah.
that we have holdouts from the old Civ who knew about the properties of
Oh, so that's
ether
why she knows
like
all these
far
things. That makes
better.
sense.
Yeah. And that she's kind of just been like around as like a penitent of the war, like maybe somebody who was like a scientist, like almost like an Oppenheimer for the Hollow disaster, walking around the earth, like actually helping people as best she can.
I see. Okay.
See, that's I'm not opposed to that idea, but so are you saying that like Sunbringer in that case is an intelligent construct? Question mark.
Yeah, I think she'd be like in the realm of Qingyi, like that looks very real, and that can probably just have her memories ported, almost like an advanced Bangbu, especially considering that Sunbringer is the one who made Bangbu, and they're also powered by ether batteries, which
Okay.
we never really
So
get like a big thing on ether batteries either.
that's pretty cool, but like one thing like I'm kind of confused about still is how the creator, like if she is an intelligent construct, how did the creator get her abilities, or like the creator's vessel that was in the story?
She's in the hive mind.
Yeah, I think
They soft
there's
confirm it.
like
Okay.
there's an intrinsic relationship between
So
like, I don't know about the soul, but memories and the body and ether, right?
Yes.
And we know that it's modulated in the brain because you can get somebody's like, I guess, ether blueprint, or like analyze their etheric aptitude by taking out their cerebral spinal fluid, like we were seeing with Haramasa.
Right.
So if ether in the human body is related to like, our memories and is tied to us biologically, it would be like a power source almost for robots. And we see that with Banyue too, when Lady Sunbringer like walks up and repowers him, gives him like wisdom or whatever. She kind of fills up his core with ether, like projected ether, because it's like gold. And then he wakes up, has all the memories, and bada bing, he's good. So if she has like
Wait,
her
I
own
thought
personal
she
ether
gave him like
blueprint.
a completely modified a new modified ether core.
Well, they say she like that
Or she
she
modified his.
modified the core. But if we go off of the like Banyue's EP, the gold ether particles that was like floating from her body went directly into the core. So I think what Blue is saying is that those
The only
ether
other
particles.
characters we've seen do that are Sarah and Faith, and I don't like that. That's kind of heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
Lord, that makes me sad.
But see, I never went the intelligent construct route with her in my mind. I think for me, for some reason, I always went the route of how Orphean Magus was. How it was like she was basically a clone, but she didn't do the Magus thing of like, if there's another consciousness, then she's like, oh, have your own life. She was like, fuck it, this is my body. And she's just like a clone, and that's what's allowed her to kind of stay. But give me 1 second. I am going to go let my dog out very quickly, so you guys keep yapping. And then I was gonna pull up the notes because I wanted to see what you were talking about with the she looked at someone and cured them, because I wanted to reread that note. Where is Ginger? Oh, here he is.
I'm actually gonna bring up the game too for that.
Okay.
Oh, and
I'll
sorry,
be
it
right
took
back.
a while for me to notice, but the like timeline thing is messed up because in the Infinite Abyss, the tombstones, like the graves, go back like hundreds of years. They say
Yeah, the timeline's
centuries,
been
plural.
weird.
And that's at the
I'm not
bottom
entirely.
of the Ballet Twin Towers Hollow.
That's in the Ballet Twins.
Technically, I don't know if it's like for a lore reason or or not, but that's
That's
where it's located. The Infinite Abyss, at least.
that's interesting because like I'm not totally convinced that it's only been like 100 years since the founding of Eridu. I think like the most people put the timeline like 100 years ish. It's got to be more because 100 years makes sense from Swordmaster if the sword passes hands every like 20 years. Because Swordmaster
Mhm.
was head number 3, Miyabi's head number 10. That's 7 generations of
Yeah.
Hoshimi that get the sword. So that's like a lot. That's a real quick family timeline for 7 generations. Your grandma's gonna be like 40. So
What if the sword just like killed them early, like got them into trouble? I don't know.
well, even still, like you just be having like a kid at 20 and then like
Yeah,
passing on the sword almost immediately.
yeah.
So I've never been like totally convinced that it's only like 100 years, and like there's too much infrastructure in Eridu and New Eridu for it to be for it to only be like 100 years. You know, same with Bangbu. Like Sunbringer made Bangbu, there have been like however many iterations of it. There was a tragedy of when Lockspring was around that was not the fall of the old capital. It was a different kind of resource tragedy, I think, related to like the rebellion with the factories and all that. Um, so if that's like so far in the past that people are not talking about it and like still traumatized about it, that's got to be more than like 100 years. Because 100 years is like my grandpa probably heard about it or experienced some of it, versus like great 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 grandfather went through this thing. It was traumatic, never talked about it, and we forgot about it in the modern day.
All right, that's fair.
Never forget. I'm sorry if that was insensitive.
No, it's okay.
I genuinely didn't even put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
I'm openly
like,
game.
what's
I'm Zenless minded. I'm not.
Yeah. Someone's talking about Prometheus in chat. Like, what do you guys think about that? Bringer of Fire.
Prometheus.
Like Sunbringer and Prometheus having a connection. Actually, I'm actually not super familiar with Prometheus' story.
Well, Prometheus was like
Uh,
another Titan that stole
One
that
second.
stole fire and brought it to humanity against like the will of the gods. I'm pretty sure, like gave
I
them the tools
see.
to like
Oh, fire.
exist, which would make sense from Sunbringer's perspective. Where is okay, Bouillon?
Oh, fire. Weird.
You know what another point. This is another like crackpot thing. You know how Sunbringer has like the yellow and blue eyes, yeah?
Yeah.
The proxy has green eyes.
Hmm.
It could be that like the OG finished Void
The
Hunter
OG
weapon eyes are like a
implants?
perfected
Oh my
version of
gosh.
hers.
You might be right. But like how would like the creator like okay, like it already is connected to the creator, like you guys said.
Mm-hmm.
Or like they said in the story. That would make sense then.
I'm back. I heard Sunbringer. Can I ask a question? What do you think? What the fuck is Sunbringer's power? Like, I understand that it was stolen, but what part of that power was Sunbringer's?
I think it was Gate of Babylon, dude.
I
it
thought
was
so
like-
too, but like, how the fuck did she get that? like where'd she get that? Where the hell she get that shit from?
She watched a lot of anime in the old Sid, I'll tell you that much. They loved Fate back
She
then.
was training so hard. Yeah, I don't know.
Also, like the Sarah's putting this in like stasis. Like, what's that about? The hell?
Wait, what? Oh, are you talking about the vital few
Like
thing?
no, like the or I guess yeah, like like the new parry mechanic, like how you
Yeah.
just like you're just frozen. Like, how does she even do that?
That is a
Like,
good
do you think that
question.
has to do with Sunbringer's abilities as well? I don't know.
I don't know. The problem is I can't give like a good answer because I don't know. I didn't even know that she had like originally I didn't think that she had like an innate power. I assumed it would have come from the weapon that she would have been using, but they don't say that it's from a weapon. They say it's Sunbringer's power.
Yeah, like my
Yeah.
presumption is that like I think Comfy is right. I think it's some sort of implant that she has, and that's like her source of her ability. Because it'll make sense because it'll tie in with her being like a genius, an inventor, all that.
Okay, have you considered that her eyes look a little bit like Elio's from Honkai Star Rail? I think that that's kind of a giveaway.
From what? Wait, what is it? Sorry.
Elio from Honkai Star Rail. You know how his eyes go between like the blue and the yellow?
It's just.
Oh, like the Final
Elio,
Kid?
the
The
cat.
cat, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. Yeah.
I think her powers might be connected to the creator because of that. Like not just like, oh, the creator hive mind, but I mean like actually just like channeling directly from the creator.
Okay, so we're assuming that all of the powers, whether it's from people or from the swords, originate from the creator.
So then if I'm gonna like describe it better, then she's going to like compress information in real time. Like she's gonna have like kind of like what we saw from the boss fight. Like I'm assuming that that's gonna be a huge part of like what she's able to do.
Yo, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it, by the way. Thank you.
Thank you kindly, Yari. That's
Welcome in,
exactly what
welcome
I'm
in.
talking about. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Cooking with the eyes.
Okay, so sorry, I know.
I can send pictures of those things. Give me one
By the
second.
way,
Send
chat,
pictures of what I mean.
this is what happens when you put a bunch of like lore people in a thing. I know this all sounds like we have no idea what the fuck we're talking about and that we don't have any idea what's happening in the story, but this is how this goes every time. Because when you're not talking just surface based information, it sounds like we are like actually mentally insane. So real quick,
Let me
I just want to go back on what I just said. Do we think that all of the powers that we've seen in this world, whether that be from a person or from the weapons, do we think that they originate from the creator?
I don't think all of them do.
Not all of them.
No.
Okay.
No.
No, I think some of them have
It's
to be
some of-
coming from like the internet. At least one of them has to be coming from the internet deep database. And in my theory, I call it the cradle for like big reasons. But then we had the cradle show up in the story,
we
so I'm
did.
like, they're gonna have something. They're gonna call it something else. But that was foreshadowing. So whatever that thing is in the main story that was pre-scene foreshadowing for, I think that's going to be connected to the internet deep database, not the creator.
And that would be what? That would be an AI in the database?
Probably not an AI in the database, but like one of those like hive minds almost.
But it would
Like
be like,
something
so
to
you say it would
oppose
just be
the-
compressed data, and once they get it, then it would transform into a power.
Well, okay.
I'm trying to
So do
think
you
of
know
how
what
the
they're called moire patterns? Like when you see like when things get compressed like in the real world, like they're called moire patterns that show up. And I'm gonna pull up a picture of what it looks like. Actually, I have to do it from my phone. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good.
Give me 1 second.
So because the reason why I brought up the like, do we think it's from the creator thing is, the Void Hunter weapons were not originally weapons. Like it's not just like the weapon showed up out of nowhere, right? Like they were crafted. The Qingming blade we know was crafted from a quote cursed object that was found in the Lemnian Hollow. And then the Tailless is stated to have been crafted from etheric matter. They don't say cursed etheric matter or a cursed object, but we can assume that it was like cursed energy, whatever. So it's always from like an object. But I guess I don't know. I don't know what the object is. Like, do you think it's just like a metal? Or what? What is
The
this?
only thing we've
they're
gotten
able to-
close to is like the only other word they've used is array.
Yes.
That's the only kind of object word that they've like used that is comparable.
Okay.
I'm just
could
offering the
be-
lore I've remembered from that
Yeah.
statement. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm also trying to to think.
Well, going through these, I'm looking for where it said like she was sad when she like cured the person or whatever. But going back and looking through these, I remember that they talked about how you can actually like supercharge porcelain to the point where it like starts to distort if you like shove it with too much ether for too long, right? Um, it could be that there is like a perfected like alloy where it's again like going back to the symbiosis thing where it's like both of them like in one, where now you have like the incubated like entity or whatever that continues to absorb things around it to keep in some kind of balance, because it's what they do with the Qingming sword, right? That's why the Qingming sword has like a user. They have to keep the thing in balance
Yeah.
constantly by feeding it more memories. So it could be that like naturally occurring versions of this exist that have like entities that are shaped probably by like the people that croak around them.
Okay. I'm trying to think with with porcelain, just in general. Because you mentioned like it can mutate when it has too much ether energy in it. Right. Or okay, so experiments confirm that porcelain can absorb ether with extremely high efficiency and under certain conditions can create a localized ether vacuum. Which causes ethereals to instinctively avoid it. And that's how they make the gear. But porcelain, they state porcelain, the ether that is absorbed in porcelain cannot be removed.
Yep.
Right?
Which is why you got to forge it.
You have to wait, what? Forge what?
Which is why you would have to forge it if you wanted to make like a weapon out of it, or you wanted to like do what they did with the cursed weapons, yeah. So like let's say there is like a naturally occurring version of that. You forge it properly in like whatever secret technique like the High Preceptor used and however they made Tailless, and now you're able to like kind of leak it out.
Okay. That makes more sense.
Okay.
I was thinking about it the other day. Sorry to I'll let you go in just a second. But I was thinking about it the other day and I was like, okay, if porcelain it can just absorb ether and it like can't be removed, then like what about Chingy's body? Like is that like, because she's had to replace her body parts before, but that was over wear and tear. But like wouldn't she basically just be like a nuclear radiation like walking robot if her porcelain parts are just absorbing ether the entire time?
You know, well that's a good point. We don't know like how you would have to like infuse the ether into the porcelain. I don't know if it like if the porcelain is just naturally slurping up as much as possible. It could just be like a drip feed over too long. Because if it was like just a sponge, Qing Yi would be like the final boss. Period.
Yeah, I mean, because it's all. I mean, porcelain is in like in a lot of people's weapons too, which means that would also
brings
be.
That brings up another good point that I was thinking about too. The two weapons that we saw specifically that had porcelain were both belonging to assassins. And we know that you need to have ether around you to resonate with stuff like your W engine to protect you from the hollows and also to like essentially give you powers when you're like fighting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what happens if you disrupt that connection by stabbing somebody with porcelain and like creating a small localized ether vacuum? You mess up their resonance. So it would make more sense for the assassins to have like specifically porcelain weapons.
I thought
Are
ether
you
was like
talking
an innate,
about?
like
Sorry, keep going.
like the devs mentioned briefly that ether is like a biological constant. Like everyone has it like within them. Like I don't think it's
Mhm.
like the environment. Okay. Also, like there's one thing I want to talk about the weapons, right?
I
Like
love it.
it's been on my mind for a while. Okay. So like so you were talking about like the weapon materials, right? Like I think the weapons, each Void Hunter weapon is like integral to solving the Hollow disaster as a whole. Right? Like if you look at the Qingming blade resonating with the Lemurian Hollow, it was like an integral piece to like defeating the crater inside that hollow and combating miasma specifically. A trait that we know is comes from that hollow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I think each like Void Hunter weapon is supposed to combat each like great hollow and contribute to like solving the Hollow disaster as a whole. I think that's why the mayor wants them. Does that make
Okay,
sense?
it does make sense. It makes a lot of sense. But the I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so like I think if you're able to gather all the weapons, like hypothetically, you can like solve the whole disaster by
Do
extension.
well, see, but that's the thing, is that there's so many other hollows. Like, we
Yeah.
know that there's
Yeah, but like,
7 in Eridu. Like, there are 7 for the Great Hollows, but like the rest of the planet is supposedly filled
okay,
with hollows.
one thing I will say though, like Hollow Zero seems to be like some sort of like have a connection to like every like the other hollows as well, like the companion hollows, right? When we started seeing like miasmic activity in Hollow Zero, when the miasma started acting up in Lemnian Hollow, right? So we know that they're all connected somewhat,
Yes, they're all
right? So like,
connected to Hollow Zero.
so theoretically, right? If you were to purify all those hollows, however the fuck they're gonna do that, right? You could solve the whole disaster using like those materials that are able to combat the unique properties in each of the hollows. You know?
I totally understand that, unless Hollow Zero was caused by the Dark Wall, and then we have the Dark Wall problem, because then we still have to get rid of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that is true.
Well, the alternative is that Hollow Zero could be the epicenter even for the Dark Wall, because like we're all the hollows are spheres, right? So
That we know of.
Yeah, that we
That we
I
know
guess
of.
that we know of, yeah.
For that, because if we look at the moon, it's not like, it's not like a perfect sphere. But like when a hollow is like not a part of a grander wall, it tends to just look like a sphere. If we apply that logic to Hollow Zero, it could be that we're only seeing the top of the circle and like the rest of it goes all the way down, like all the way through the planet.
Hmm.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. Ooh, I like that. Okay, and Ari said, this is crazy, but what if the Tops consultant tried to stop Miyabi from slaying Lerna so a new Great Hollow could form, and along with it, a base material for a new Void Hunter weapon? I fuck with that. My original idea of why they wanted them to turn it into a Great Hollow was because I thought that they were in, I thought Tops was like deeply, like basically all of Tops was Exaltus at the time. And when I first saw that cinematic, I was under the impression of they specifically caused Lerna to descend into the Argos Hollow to cause it to expand so that they would have to blow up the pillar. Because I thought that they were on a task of like blowing up all of the Seiyu pillars. That way, that's not even there trying to mine ether. Like that they want to slowly get rid of the pillars. But I do like the idea of it being used to create like a base material for a Void Hunt weapon. That's kind of baller.
I do like that. Though I think as well, Tops benefits a lot from having like a pharmaceutical organization. And I think we can probably trace the pharmaceuticals back to this Lord and Lady Sunbringer business, where they were making the first like porcelain stuff, which was also being used to treat like people's hollow corruption.
Mm-hmm.
So if we are thinking like they need the hollows around, they probably have like, is it Chifang Pharmaceuticals or something like that? They probably
JC.
Yeah, JC.
Jonathan
JC.
Consortium.
Jonathan Consortium, yeah.
them, those guys. I think like they probably have like a pretty massive stake in whatever's going on, and kind of just want to make more money off of like partial hollow partial evil corruption, because they probably also have like perma and like super cures for it, like the test vial we got for Yadari, where she was almost entirely corrupted, and they just gave her like brain hemorrhages
See,
that caused her
okay,
to see
real
dead people
quick.
and then stroke out.
I agree, but I don't think JC is the only ones that like have like decent anti-ether corruption stuff. Because when like obviously they do have a big stake in it, like for sure. But the big thing with the thing that Alice released to the public, she was saying that Damien would want it specifically to get away from Jonathan Consortium, because they were lie on JC. So their anti-corruption thing is completely different than like being under JC. So I don't even know where I was going with that.
Well, I think it just all traces back to this lore business from the feudal period before Eridu. And that's probably one of like the primary Tops families that got traced all the way down from that connection.
I'm still trying to find chat. Do you know where the like which lore entry it was where Sunbringer was like sad or whatever?
Oh,
in
while
these
they're looking
logs.
for that, I could tell you guys about the one thing I sent. So I was so silly before. I should have realized it was the observation singularity. I think whatever Sunbringer is up to has to be connected to her ability to observe more than like is available on the surface. Because
Okay.
it's crazy the way. Look at these like strange patterns that come out of the singularity and how it explodes out.
It also does look like the scan, by the way. The scan that Wise did with the eyes.
Yeah. I wish I had a better video. I'll get one.
No, I mean, I see it. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'll send it later.
Okay, I know Chad has been asking for a long time if we wanted to get into it. They wanted us to talk about the floating island.
Oh my gosh, yes.
The utopia floating above Eridu.
Yes.
I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds. But yeah, we have to look at Scott Outpost because you could see like shit floating outside. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Excuse me. We could see stuff floating
Oh, you can
outside
cuss.
Hollow
You can
Zero.
cuss. It's you're so fine. I'm pretty sure I said fuck multiple times already today. Yeah. So here, let's lay out. How do you say? Okay, I feel like I always pronounce this wrong. How do you pronounce the name of the utopia?
I've been calling it Rose Califer.
Okay, I've been saying
It's called
Ross.
Rose Califer.
I've been saying
It's
Ross
called
Califer.
Utopia.
The utopia. So okay, I'm gonna give Chad a little bit of context, and then I'm gonna have you like explain your idea, Comfy. So I mentioned in chat, if you're a normal viewer, you know that I brought this up. But I was when they first said that it was floating above Eridu, I was like, okay, it's either floating so high up in the sky that you can't see it, or I was like, or it's just the moon. Like he's referring to the moon as the utopia. But then ComfyBlue brought up a great point with Grace's tech. So go into that.
Yeah. So one of the options I think is that we already have cloaking tech like available as, you know, I say as new Eridu because I feel like we're getting up there in tech, but we're still not matching probably what Sunbringer knows and old Civ tech still. So one of our recent things was Grace having the cloaking tech that we used during the summer event with her little drones. So there's like a non-zero chance that the floating island is just cloaked with some kind of similar material where that's why it would be a utopia, right? Like people don't really know about it. It's like if you know kind of deal. Like only good people get up there, almost like a heaven situation. But the option that I'm a little bit more subscribed to is that it number one, it's probably like a floating mass of Lumite, like we've seen in the Lemian Hollow. Like it's probably found in like one of those floating masses. And the other thing is that hollows need stuff to corrupt. And the only way a hollow would be able to show up in the sky is if it had something to corrupt up there. So what if
Correct.
Sunbringer founded Rose Califer way back when, and Rose Califer became the Hive Lord Hollow that blocked out the sun. And then she was like, okay, I made this problem, I gotta fix it. And she nukes Rose Califer. And now we got no more city. Which we also don't know what that resource tragedy was when Lockspring was talking about his backstory. There was
Yeah.
like something going on where they were fighting over resources, and the guy was like, "Kill that old lady," and Lockspring said, "Uno reverse card," and ended the guy. So we don't know what the hell was going on there because that probably wasn't that. Well, that was not. I don't think that was Fall of the Old Capital. That almost cannot be because the Bangbu model's too old. And then we don't know if there's anything else that happened before, like the founding of Eridu,
Yeah.
that would have that kind of tragedy. I like the Factory Rebellion and the rebellion against Lady Sunbringer could be one of them, but we don't have any like named tragedies back then that would be able to trace that.
Oh yeah, Booby, go.
The only lore hunt like that you can kind of like start with that whole thing with the floating islands is that the Bangbu Nose intro has the like cocoon in it. It's gonna be connected to like the Bangbus. One of them is gonna say something connected to it, and like it's gonna feel goofy as heck. It's gonna feel like a joke.
Wait, you're saying that
I
there's
can,
a cocoon in the Bang Boo Nose intro?
yeah, on the TVs. I'm looking for it right now.
Hold on. I'm trying to see if it's... I have the Bang Boo Nose poster. I want to see if it's on there.
Oh, it'll be on there.
Are you talking about the thing in the background? Like this thing?
No, but that's also I forgot about that. No, not the it should be on the poster. Wait, is it on the logo? Yes. Look,
Oh,
look on the yeah. That's crazy.
Hmm.
Here.
What if Billy is secretly Sunbringer? Yeah, Chad, I think you're right. I think Billy is Sunbringer, actually.
Wait, hold on. Wait, let me mess up real quick.
When you say cocoon, are you referring to the sphere things that we just saw?
Yeah. I think theirs was a triangle, but this
Theirs was a triangle,
has,
yeah, but that is similar.
this one looks more like the finality one than the creator one. If the creator is going to be a triangle, and it has like the crystal door tunnel thing. Wait, I'm like actually going to be able to send it. Give me 1 second. I don't know why I keep saying preparing and then crashing.
But with the Utopia thing, I do agree. I do think that was like that is how that hollow was there, the sky hollow. I was so tired of people telling me that the hollow was just floating in the fucking air.
Okay, like
that was annoying the hell out of me. So when he said there's a floating Utopia, I was like, oh my god, bless. Like that's why that hollow was in the air. it was. I was so tired of people being like, oh no, it's just floating. No, that's not how that works.
Yeah, I think the next arc is gonna have a lot to do with like godly themes, and I also think Sunbringer is supposed to be like an allegory for like a god in the universe. You know, like she invented Bangbu, the whole forbidden fruit test as well. Like there's so much allegories to like religion. I think I think so. Given all of that, I think she has like a heavy tie to like lost technology, and I also think we're gonna start seeing a little bit more. You know, call me a coper, but like we might be seeing more Billy lore very soon. That's all I'm gonna say.
You're pushing the agenda.
Fingers crossed.
Oh my
We need
God,
that from
finally
Billy
found it.
ASAP.
Dude, bro, I'm telling you, bro. Like like there's like a heavy emphasis on like godhood with lost technology as well, and Sunbringer. Like there has to be something like going on there.
Okay, do we want to talk about the forbidden fruit test as like a concept then? Because like
Yeah, sure.
it when they pass
Robot
it,
rights violations.
yeah, it's just I don't know. I think it's so weird. Like they pass the test, they're considered that they've been granted a soul, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that in itself is just like interesting, but
knowledge of good and evil.
what was the exact quote from the end? Oh god damn it, let me pull it up. The end of the TFT event, when we get a letter from Sunbringer, she mentions like the way that she originally wanted Bangbu to basically like act, I guess.
Oh, okay, wait. I don't know if I
remember.
can.
Hold on.
Should have a screenshot.
I finally found the sad look of
Reply someone
Sunbringer
in your
thing.
chat.
Holy.
Yeah, I think there's like I think she's gonna be like I want her to be prevalent very soon, and I think she's gonna have a lot to do with like the lost technology that already exists in the game so far.
Yeah, that's why I think she's old Civ. Like she's
Yeah.
got to be some old Civ holdout, like Oppenheimer walking the earth.
Yeah, your theory definitely makes sense.
That's so interesting.
No, I couldn't find it. I'd have to go back for real to my videos.
Call me North Return in Roskilde. I mean, ideally, yes. I mean, who knows? I said I think it'd be funny if Yokai ended up going to the Spiral Flutist, because if there's
Yeah,
any other Bangbu that he wants to like cause mayhem with, it would probably be that.
The Spiral Flout is like a whole other issue because like
Yeah.
that's somebody who's actively defying Sunbringer's orders for Bangbu, like having them do like wacky stuff and evil stuff. So
But he doesn't.
I mean,
but the thing
Sunbringer's in a
is,
hive
Subtly.
mind. The spiral flutists are a hive mind for Bang Boo.
yeah, they are. That is true. That is basically what the spiral flutist is.
Yo, what if that's the Bang Boo troop that's Lady Sunbringer's leading?
Oh my
Oh, yeah,
god,
the
yeah,
Bang Boo
the
Brigade. Oh my
the Bang Boo
gosh.
Brigade.
It's more and more real every day.
No. You're telling me the spiral flutist is creating the is creating its own little Bang Boo army? The whole
I
the
mean,
whole
Low-key,
It
brigade.
is
Zero.
though. We see.
I mean, it
we see
is. You're
the
right.
little army forming.
We do. The Bang Boo Brigade. Yeah, what the fuck? Why does Seed even know that? Like, I know when we first all saw that, we were like, she's such an unreliable narrator. Like, we can't say that that's like real. But then they're all like, oh yeah, no, Sunbringer's like, that's a thing. And so now it's
Oh, yeah,
just
I
like,
just remembered.
is it?
Okay, like speaking of Seed, like one of my server, I don't have Seed personally, but one of my server members showed me like there's like this weird event that you have if you have Seed. That like there's like a white woman with like, or a woman with like a white dress, you know, like that's like kind of a ghost. Like, what do you guys know about that? Like, I've been very confused about it.
I
I've
have
heard
a
of this.
theory that it's just a scam to keep the like rent and like mortgage rates low. But
Oh.
I don't know if there's any like real lore on it, but it's funnier if it's a scam to me.
Yeah, you're just talking about the one that like the big tall white lady
Yeah,
that's just
like what's up with like
The woman in white with like
Yeah,
the
the-
sun hat, right?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't.
yeah, like you
I've
only
not
see it in
seen
like
this.
Seed's thing.
You haven't seen that?
like,
You get an achievement for
I've
it.
not seen this now. No, I don't have Seed. She's the only character. I
Oh,
have right now.
you can see her before you see Seed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The white lady with the hat was in 2.0. Like she just shows up
Yeah,
in
she just
Wi-Fi.
chills around Phylum Heights.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
at nighttime.
I'm about to go look for her.
At nighttime specifically, if you go to like across the street from where the therapy station is now. Yeah, literally where Seed's standing, literally right there. You can just see her. But yeah, that's the thing. Is that
Asking,
the
we shall
ghost was
receive.
weirded out by Seed.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Hmm.
I hate you. Suffocate and die.
What the hell?
So the lady in white was like real goofy and fun, all her interactions, but like the telephone on 6th Street, that lady goes from being
Ooh.
like, "Oh, Hughes, can you help me with the TV?" to like screaming and like stuck to the ceiling. Crazy.
Oh, on the.
She's crazy, this old lady.
Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about. Also, yes, she is. This lady is based off of the ancient folklore.
Wait, can someone tell me what the folklore is?
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's Hachishuk. I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna post it in chat.
Oh. Wait, R30. Whoa.
It's this. I am but simple white
Alright,
man.
The Hachi Shaku.
Yeah, if you literally just Google it,
All right, let me look it up.
then click it, Google it and click images. Although if
Oh, it does look like her.
yeah, I mean that's what it's based on.
I see. Okay. Let me add it to my.
Oh, it looks freaky.
Yeah, it looks scary.
What's the explanation about the corrupted
Really? I
flowers
thought she was
and
inspired
Wi-Fi?
by the like the classic horror movie.
No, I'm pretty
called
sure.
Lady in White.
I'm pretty sure it is like
It could be both,
originally.
too.
I think it is, but yeah, I think that's a better option. Is that it's based off of both. Also, yeah, it's, they said wait, I just saw the message and then it went. Oh,
She's in-
what's
yeah,
the
she's in- that's
explanation
like
about
one thing
the
as well.
corrupted flowers and Wi-Fi? You're talking about the ones that would turn into the black flower? I mean, we just know that they started appearing. They absorbed miasma, right? That's what those flowers were doing until it corrupted enough,
Yeah.
and then it turned into. Wait, did it leak the black smoke?
It was leaking it after it absorbed too much. Like,
So
if you
the
got too close
flower
to the flowers.
evolved into leaking the creator's smoke.
Well, that would be like miasma asterisk creator influence, because like miasma by itself was kind of inert, and I think like even if the flowers mutated under miasma, it wouldn't have been like that bad. They probably could have like sucked up miasma normally, but once the creators started messing with miasma, like once we opened up the spheres and like all the stuff with the lemnium was going down, miasma took on like different, more aggressive properties. So I'm
Okay.
still like not super inclined to think that the creator is like the one who made the miasma. I still think miasma is like naturally occurring, but because the creator is so powerful and has such a like connection to the hollows, they can exert influence over things that happen in the hollows.
Well, they did say that the creator has like complete control over miasma. It was Moss. I think it was Moss who said it during whenever he was explaining that whenever Idhari was getting like used and then tied up.
Yeah.
He was like that. Oh, okay. Yeah, that he has like power over the miasma. Now this brings up the co-op event because I did want to bring this up. In the co-op event, they mentioned the fact that there is a who's done the co-op event here.
I haven't yet.
Okay.
Oh, I did the first two things.
The first two
I don't
things.
think anything else was open, right?
No. It is just the first two things. But so there's a White Star Institute investigator named Penny, and she was apparently given. She was like the overseer in terms of looking at keeping track of all of the data that the White Star Institute has on the creator. And apparently, people started noticing that she was like talking to the miasma as if she was like revering it. And then now she stole all of the data on the creator that they have and has disappeared into the Papago Hollow. But she was being influenced by the miasma like outside of the hollow. And now I think that that's going to link into the fact that Yi Shiyin mentioned that there was miasma in the Faunus Quarter.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So
Spooky.
if there's going to start being miasma in like that's a growing area. That's not even a current location. The miasma is being brought into an expansion zone right now. But if people start living there not knowing that the miasma is nearby and they can start being influenced by the miasma via the creator, essentially doing what we talked about earlier, where like the Night Horror is able to like, you know, manipulate people to walk into the hollow like that. But the creator's doing it instead of the Night Horror.
What would motivate the creator to get people to just walk into the hollow?
See, that's what I don't know.
Like I have my theories, but
well, in specific,
if we're just talking about lore, I don't know if there's any like clear cut.
Like
reason.
why random people?
Yeah, it's the whole situation is very strange.
Wait, doesn't like etheric concentration like contribute to like hollow health? Like wouldn't like more corrupted people make the hollows like maybe
it
more
would cause it to
powerful
expand.
extension?
Yeah.
It would cause it to expand.
Maybe
yes.
that's why he would do it.
I feel like it would. She looks like a Night Watcher too. Oh wait, did she? Oh my fucking god, she does. Oh my god, I didn't even realize that. Fuck, I'm so blind. She is a Night Watcher.
Oh, good find.
Oh, I noticed the horns. I was like, I never put the Night Watcher thing together.
Is this in the co-op event?
Yeah, this is Penny. This is the co-op event. Fuck.
I see. Fuck, I gotta play that shit.
Oh my god,
that brings up an interesting
such
point
a good
too.
find.
Because like Lucia always gets told that the Night Horror doesn't exist. Night Horror doesn't exist. Like you're talking crazy. It doesn't exist. I guess Penny heard the same thing too often, and then like maybe the creator exploited the link between the Night Horror and whatever she has to pervert like what she believes, and then dragged her into the hollow. Because there is like an MO for Penny specifically, and that's because she had information on the creator.
Yeah.
And information that's prevalent enough for Tops to want to, because Zhao wants it. So
yes, the
creator would want to be like, hey, yo, don't leak my stuff. That twit longer cannot go out. So
that twit longer.
So it walked his chicken to the hollow, made sure it never happens.
Yeah. Huh.
Hmm.
Her eyes are brown, not horizontal like Lucia's.
I mean, but the horns and the ears are the same. Like,
I'm gonna be so for real. I think that might just be an oversight on the NPC model.
Yeah.
Because that is the horn. The only place we have seen those horns are on the Night Watchers. Question: do you think the night horror? Can I just get your thoughts on the night horror? Can we just go around? What's up with the night horror?
I think it's benevolent. I don't even think it's bad. I don't think it was ever bad.
I don't think it was ever bad either.
I think some revisionist stuff because like we know that the Tiger Thyron were looking for a way to compete with Void Hunter weapons, right? And only Tiger Thyron can resonate with the Tiger Bane Bell because it's like it's a specific W engine. And we know also that Lucia's staff is one of those ancient W engines that's been passed down from like the Night Watchers. But she also has like a Banyue core, but that's like a whole other thing. The Night Horror seemed to be something powerful.
I was about to bring that up at
related to the Night Watchers. That wasn't like where. Oh shoot.
That, like speaking of,
did you
like
just read
Night
that?
Horrors? Wait,
I just read it.
I do legitimately, and I told this to you. I'm pretty sure I had this conversation with you, Comfy, at some point. That there's like 3 separate like big entities, like the creator, and like. But here's the thing: the reason why I stopped that conversation was because when it said that Chestnut went back to its creation, it was talking about the fact that the Night Horror was a creation. Like it said, it was a creation, not a creator.
Yeah,
but. I do still think it would be so fucking interesting if there is 3 separate, essentially ether deities that are like doing their own thing.
I think there's 4. And I think there might be more named, but we only know that. Okay, so there's the fire and sun god. That's 1. And then there's the god of the sea and swordsmanship. That's 1. And then there's Topo, and that's the pink flower in the outer ring. Then also they call Elpis a god, but I don't know if that's like actually part of it because there was really nothing connecting Elpis to anything but the fire and sun god.
What was the first one that you said?
Which one?
The first god that you mentioned? Because I know the sea god that you're talking about is the whole thing with like and for chat, the like the bottle event where they kept talking about like the sea god and the Bangbu, who's like a whatever, which we know seemingly was like Idhari, but they brought up the sea god too many times. What was the first god that you talked about?
There's also the sea god statue.
Oh,
too,
the fire and the sun. They didn't give it a name though, except the one that's associated with the exact same things is named Elpis, like from Port Elpis.
When was the fire and sun?
I don't know
mentioned?
if it's misdirection or if something serious is happening with it.
Where was the fire and sun one mentioned?
No, they describe it as the fire and I can pull it up.
Oh, they describe the Elpis one as the fire and sun.
That's they don't give the fire and sun one a name, but Elpis has the same description.
Okay.
And that he does have a name.
And then yes, for those that don't know the thrones and the Marcel maze, just to help, I know we're all over the place and people may not know what we're talking about. During 2.2 in the Obel patch, you on the final like machine that you hack, the Marcel maze is very Exaltus themed, and there's a giant overlooming moon above everything, and the final area where you like jump on the button to complete it, there is 3 massive thrones that's labeled 1, 2, and 3. And it's not a coincidence that is the first time we've ever seen that. When it's a very Exaltist themed Marcel Maze. So we don't necessarily know where the importance of the three deity or three whatever would be on the thrones would be. But yeah, that's
Okay,
what that
one
is.
thing I want to talk about, since we're talking about curses, right? I just want to like preface this by asking a question. Like, what
Yeah.
do you guys think? What exactly is Foxfire? Like, like the thing Miyabi emits. Like, does that come from Tailless, or is that like an inherent part of their like clan?
Foxfire is a thing that comes from Tailless.
Just Tailless specifically? Okay,
Yes.
because like my initial presumption, like before like I got that like answer, was that like I assumed Miyabi's clan was cursed by some sort of ethereal as well before Tailless, because like I saw a video from Nova Impact. I'm not sure if you guys know him, but like he noticed that like Miyabi or Swordmaster was using like a different sword, like initially. Could it be that like Swordmaster messing around with like another ethereal caused like, or whatever is inside like Miyabi's katana caused like a curse for their entire clan, just like Lucia's?
Are you talking about like curse
don't
them
know.
with Foxfire?
Yeah, like that was my presumption, but now that like, I realize that like
Oh
Foxfire
no,
is
we
just like
see
a tailless
Tailless.
thing.
We see Tailless give up their tails like as the sacrifice.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And
Yeah,
then
that's in one of
also
Miyabi's videos.
in
I see.
the moment we know that it's a part of Tailless and not her, because the Foxfire went haywire when she was trying to put the sword back in the scabbard. And when she did that,
Oh, I
like the
see.
whole thing that sealed the Foxfire was fully putting it back in the scabbard.
I see.
Yeah.
Because I
Which
like,
is
there's like an arc.
Oh, just keep going.
Like there's like an arc on my channel. I used to like make fun of Miyabi like satirically, right? And like people would tell me that like Foxfire came from her and not the sword. So like it's nice I got that cleared up now. Okay.
Yeah, I don't really know. I think the reason why people started saying that was because they said that Miyabi like doesn't use the power of the sword and she's that
And,
strong. However, I have
the thing is-
always disagreed with that statement because we actively
yeah.
watch Tailless go into the sword as she releases a massive Foxfire attack on Nineveh, and I have always argued against people against that. Like what they meant is that she's never used the real power of the sword. Not that she doesn't
Also,
like Tailless has multiple powers essentially. Like Foxfire is base form, big red crystal, big red ice sword that you see her do big slash with, which actively looked different. That was like the thing that they say she never uses. But the Foxfire does not come from her.
See, okay, that makes sense.
You can't talk down the goat.
Yeah,
This is all
trust me, okay.
Miyabi slander. No,
Yo,
no,
between
no,
me
no,
and you
she-
guys.
Listen,
she
I like
doesn't-
foxes
doesn't use
just as much
tails
as
at
you.
all. Yo, no,
Okay.
but I think what a lot of people seem to get twisted too is that she uses Tailless for the Foxfire for like combating Aetherius. It's like super efficient,
Mhm.
but also she is like physically
Yeah,
probably
she's
like
a
the
beast.
strongest character
She
that
is.
we know.
Yeah.
Well,
Like but the thing
Sokaku, I
is,
feel like.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, maybe we don't know. We got a power scale, melon wanting Miyabi versus hungry Sokaku, and see who comes out on top.
Yeah.
But Miyabi, like even as a kid, like a baby, she was like lifting up axes and stuff
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that.
the
just, like,
massive
swinging
battle
around.
axes, yeah.
Yeah, but
Genetic lottery.
she like doesn't use ether projection at all. Like she is just slightly uncorking Tailless every time she brings out the Foxfire.
Mhm.
She's like not skilled with it like Ishwen is, or like like the
Yeah.
Yankee people are. It is like purely coincidence that she's using the sword and is able to like do the Foxfire, because otherwise she'd be beating up Aetherials with her bare hands.
Yeah, she's also really fast too.
Well, she is very fast. And to be fair, she is a legitimate, very skilled swordsman, regardless if she's using Tailless or not.
True.
Yeah.
But
Miyabi's cool.
okay, since we're on Tailless, Dingle, you mentioned earlier the fact that the different swords, the different curse swords, would have different functions to basically get rid of each specific hollow. Does anyone have an instance and if that ever happened with Tailless in the Persinus Hollow? We know it resonated with the core, but did she ever do anything with Foxfire or the sword itself to revert any of the changes that happened in that hollow?
She sliced it open. That's like
Yeah.
about the most major thing.
Sliced what
But it
over the
healed itself
core?
pretty quickly. The hollow.
No,
Like, she's
no,
like-
no. I'm not talking about. Well, okay, I see what you're saying, but I meant like as a like how the Qingming sword was actively
Yeah,
destroying the
actually, no, we
flowers.
get-
Do we see
When you
Taylor's
walk
doing
through
that?
the different areas, the color changes. You can see the different shades instead of it all being like white.
But that happens when you're.
Like in lore, I think you're with Miyabi when it happens. Not like when you like change with the like play with the light and like make things appear, but like
The land itself
when you're
gets
just walking
colorful near you.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah, it brings back a little bit of the color. So I don't know if that's supposed to be like because in lore, like
Yeah.
you're with Miyabi, or if it's like that's just how the hollow works.
See, I'm not I definitely am not opposed to that idea because I think that that does make sense because that would be reverting what the hollow is doing, but
Yeah.
it does show up that way even when you're doing the side missions of like you being with Haramasa or like Sokaku and finding out about the teacher and like the school thing where like Miyabi's not with you, but that I that's like a gameplay thing, so I don't really know how I can equate that like specifically to
tough,
lore.
it's
Yeah,
tough.
it's tough, but I do like that idea because I mean, yeah, I did think it was weird that the land specifically
to the
in a
letters.
small area around you like was still colorful, but everything else was completely sucked dry.
And like Yanagi would be able to do something similar because she's got that, you know, half Oni thing going on, and like she's got the Time Weaver. But
okay, yeah, but can I get your
the others,
idea?
I don't know.
Do you think it Yanagi's time shit comes from her W engine or her Oni blood?
Maybe a little bit of both.
You think so?
Combo.
Maybe
Yeah,
the
I'm
W
pretty
she
sure
uses
it's a
the W
combo.
engine to enhance what she already has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
you look
usually
at
how it works.
I'm
But I
just
do
like,
think it's
like the-
interesting that it has a similar thing to like the backstream icon in the HDD, like the TV mode for Cammy North.
I'm sorry, the backstream.
Yeah, because remember Fairy says you can never ever go backstream when she's talking about like rewinding the tapes. She says you can't do it, not the tapes, the what is it, rewinding the recording. She says you can never ever go backstream, and they keep saying the hollow flows like water, and like the ether flows like water. So
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking there might be a connection there.
With the Oni blood?
Yeah, with Yanagi having like, because what if she had it before she became half Oni? We don't really know. It's all a big mystery.
Yeah, because she didn't. She technically would have gotten the W engine when she joined Section 6, right? It wasn't. I think that's how it was worded in the description of the W engine. I
Yeah.
might be mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just because I've always wondered that because we've never seen any of the other Onis, and like Sokaku also doesn't have like a time thing. I assumed that the Oni blood gave her like enhanced speed and strength, but she was losing the perceptive. Oh wait, no. I forgot. She is losing her sight, but her hearing is actually getting like super enhanced.
Oh.
Really?
Yes,
I didn't
and
know
I
that.
made a tweet about this because I thought it was interesting. It's in the Milanoe event. In one of the side quests that you do with her, she's like, "Oh my god, like I can't stop hearing those sirens. Like, do you hear those sirens? Like, it's so annoying." And you hear nothing. And then, like as the conversation goes on, then the sirens, you start to hear the sirens because it gets closer. And it was like it was public security, like being on their way. And so she originally like coincides it to the tinnitus, which she actually ends up doing again in this co-op event. She hears something weird, and then we hear it because she hears it, because the way that the interface works in co-op. Oh my fucking god! I just realized that. So the way that the interface works in co-op is whoever goes into the hollow, it's basically like a HDD connection, right? Whatever they feel, the person outside the hollow then feels. So if Yanagi heard that shit, that's why Belle was like, "What the fuck was that?" And then she then again equates that noise to being tinnitus, which it makes no sense because it didn't sound like anything like that.
Well, you hear it a second time though when
Do
you're
you?
not there with Yanagi. Yeah, you hear it with Soldier 11 and the second point. Like every time you enter the hollow with a different character, for the story, you do hear that same like weird tinnitus sounding thing, and they're like, "Oh,
Damn
what is
it.
that?"
I
But
thought I was
I get what
onto
you're saying.
something.
It feels like
You might be.
the Oni like blood thing, the only blood transfusion is kind of giving her like a quick hack for bringing her body up to speed with like losing the sight and getting the hearing.
Mhm.
And again, that's probably just because like the mismatch, because they did that so haphazardly.
Yeah.
But the power thing, I've still like always thought of it as like
Yeah.
a purely biological. She's just like overclocking her brain. Like she's
Okay.
taking in all the info real quick and then
Mhm.
just letting it rip in one moment.
Yeah,
Which is
that
why
makes
she's
sense.
not like stopping time. It's just like
Yeah.
she's
It's
like
just her perception.
observing everything super quickly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with Vivian. She's just like doing it with turbo anxiety.
Also, like if you touching upon like the abilities and like what it has to do with like the W engines for Yanagi, right? If you look at the I think like the W engine like it just enhances Yanagi's abilities, because if you look at the upgrade material for like W engine like upgrading, right? Like it confirms that it just resonates with the ether inside of you, right? Which I'm assuming would lead to like some sort of like power boost of your innate abilities already, right? So like just touching upon like that old point, like I do think the W engine is just like a partner rather than like the main cause of their powers, if that makes sense, you know?
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like W engines in general are kind of like
Yeah.
a shortcut to like Young Kuei manifestation techniques, if that makes sense. Like it's just like the layman's way of being able to do ether projection in some like bootleg capacity, which is
Yeah,
why they have
I
such
see.
varying effects.
I'd have to agree.
I thought the lore on it was that it's like a hit clips where you like pick out a playlist and like you gotta hype them up. You gotta play their
It kinda
favorite
is.
Yeah,
music.
I mean that yeah, that kind of is what it
But
is.
like it works because like the music is magic, quote unquote.
Because the different music
Frequency
resonates
well-
with different ether. So
It works because the music's hitting a certain frequency.
Right.
Like there's
Mm, yeah,
a
exactly.
vibration going on that like links with you. And because you have like your special music, then you can like you're protected from like the hollow's wavelength number one, and then you're also buffed up in like conjunction to whatever you're listening to.
I mean, Envy started singing like the boss fight music and then the boss fight showed up after.
Yeah.
sorry, I'm so switching topics because we totally did not touch on this yet. Yeah. The mysterious entity that's Void Hunter level that stopped Yi Xuan.
Oh yeah. Oh my
yeah,
god.
yeah. Okay, okay.
is-
My idea is that the tops do have a basically knockoff weapon, and they sent them after, and that was like a tops person. That was like my initial like thought. Since now we know that tops is going for like, you know, creating their own type of weapons. But do you think it was like one of the old Void Hunters, or like what is that? What do you think that was?
They probably would have recognized it if it was one of the old Void Hunters.
That's what my chat said too, and I would agree with that.
Because like we know about like the Void Hunters themselves aren't really a mystery. It's more their involvement in how they shaped Eridu. I think that's like kept under wraps. Like we're not really told about the specifics of the Hive Lord Hollow, but we know that Sunbringer was a Void Hunter.
Right.
We know that Joyous mapped the maze and that he was like a turbo proxy and like the super proxy. We don't know like how necessarily he did it. And same with like the Falconham. We don't know how they pushed back the Dark Wall. We just know they did it. So I think like if they're already venerated heroes, then we would have heard, even if it was like Dan, right? If it was Dan, I doubt Yishuan's leaving there without a few bruises, because that dude's like 20 feet tall.
Yeah. No, I agree. I don't think that it was like one of the original hunters. The only
No, I
thing
think the misdirection would be really good with that because it would be like a Void Hunter level, but they can't be called a Void Hunter because they like renounce the title. Like I
Right.
think that would be great misdirection.
because they mentioned
like
that there
that.
was going to be the anti Void Hunter group, like and
Yeah.
that is that I mean that's probably what this is, but whether that's tied to tops or not, I don't know. Because if it was for example, my initial idea that it was someone, right, that had like the fake weapons that tops had created, unless they found a way to not have the downside like the Tigerbane Bell, I can't imagine what the fuck the dude was sacrificing to stall Yixuan. Like, what was worth sacrificing, like, to stall her for just a little bit? Because it's not like they stopped her. All they did was stall her. Was it worth whatever sacrifice it took to get to that level to even be able to stall her?
He got his hype moment. He sacrificed his aura.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, touching upon like the W engine thing, I don't think it's only music, because if you look at Shengguang's story quest like end, it says that she's more in tune with her Qingming blend. They mention frequency as well.
Mhm.
I think it could also have to do with like coming to terms with like your internal conflict as well, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think like especially like the Void Hunter stuff, because we have the Qingming Birdcage, which I doubt like, you pop a CD in there. But I think like the layman's W engine is like a boom box of some kind, and then you have like the special ones like Qingming Birdcage and whatever her orb is, Shungus's orb is. But doesn't it have like a play button on it? Like, if I'm
not
remembering
sure.
correctly.
Which one? Sorry.
Yixin Guang's W engine. I'm checking right now.
I don't know. Also, yeah, on what Hari was saying. It does make sense that it was the mayor's doing. My question though to you is, if it was the mayor's doing, did he send another Void Hunter, or like what would he have that could stall her?
The mayor's the most confusing character in the whole game, because like, why is he doing all that? He's acting so freaking evil. He tried to kill Yixuan before. I'm sorry if that's like not allowed on YouTube.
No, it is. It's fine. You're good.
I don't know about the self-censoring. Sorry. Like, I know on regular videos it's allowed, but like the mayor tried to get rid of Faithin and Yixuan. So it doesn't really make sense that he would just let her do whatever she wanted to do. Like, he's already been trying to stop her.
Do you think the mayor is trying to play like both sides, like Isolde did in the story quest?
I mean, I don't know.
I don't think he's trying to play both sides. I think he's just desperately trying to like prevent the disaster, and he doesn't care if he has to be evil to do it at this point.
And I agree with that statement. I'm just like,
yeah.
I'm confused on what he would have, like, just to hyper focus on it. I don't know what he would have sent to have stalled her that was Void Hunter level, that wasn't a Void Hunter. Because even if it was the old one or a current one, I feel like she would know what the current ones are. Also, Sol, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Like an upscale, like in Void Hunter level.
Yeah. Fuck, what was I gonna say?
Ellen did say he was busy on a mission for the co-op event, so I mean, he could still be in there.
Who?
Ellen says that Lycan is busy on a mission.
Oh yes,
which is why we couldn't get him for the event. So
that
I mean,
is true.
It could be a Lycan upscale, S++ Lycan,
S++. That's what I'm talking about. No, we have to get an S++ Nekomata first before we get a Lycan one.
True. Oh my gosh.
It's gotta happen, you know. And the rest of the cunning hairs get their S rank, and the Nekomata also gets an additional. So, while we're talking about like Yixuan and the Void Hunter stuff, in the Xinguang event, they do mention that. Also, thank you for that screenshot. How are you getting these screenshots so fast? How do you have these organized in your folders? Are you an AI? What are you? They mentioned that, which this honestly completely blindsided me, if I'm being honest, but Yi Zhang was a Void Hunter.
Yeah.
Yi Zhang?
Like
her sister, like
her sister. Yeah, Yixuan's sister was a Void Hunter. And that's probably why Yixuan said no. It's because she's like still very timid about that whole subject.
Mm-hmm.
So on the thing of me saying that she would probably know who the current Void Hunters are, would be due to the fact that her sister was one. So like, I feel like she would at least have some idea if it was one of the current ones that like got sent to stop her. I use my
Yeah,
tentacles
plus
to
even like minus
multitask.
Qingming,
For real.
even like minus the Qingming sword, even pre-bird probably, she was like up there in skill level. Like she was probably like not as, of course, not as strong as like her sister with the Qingming sword, but like at least like 1 or 2 notches down to the point where they'd have an eye on her for the position.
Yeah, I would agree.
Or do you think that like
Pre-bird? Yeah, the pre-bird thing is still so interesting to me. I really wish they got what they went into. To be fair, if I'm being so for real, I think this is the start of Yishuan's character arc. Like, can I be honest? Yeah, I think this is because now at the end of this like Xinguang event, she started like, it seems like she's finally getting over her sister and she's starting to do her own thing. Also, yes, here's where it mentions, by the way. Bearing the sword, the Void Hunter guards once more, and this is in direct reference. Also, that fucking ethereal in the background is unbelievably sick. Just so we're clear.
For the art?
Yeah. The art that's there.
So cool.
Yes, that
is in the event.
It's in the it's in the event. Look at that. Yeah, it looks so sick.
On her hair glow too. Okay, that's cool.
It's very cool. But also, yeah, if you want to read it, chat, here's the full thing here. Void Hunter guards once more. Twin swallows rise from eaves towards distant lore. I went, oh my god, lore. I'm gonna read that.
Lore.
That damn bird. Yeah, I really wish they explained the bird thing. Because, like, I get it. Like, they were researching the Qingming sword.
Okay, so they show us a little bit of the bird thing in the short film with Yizhuan and Yizhang.
Yeah, because she's researching the bird.
We see her get like a little bird, nurse it back to health, and then some time passes, and then the bird, then like the Qingming bird just shows up. I think there could have been a sacrifice involved there, or some kind of like shifting of ether, because like that's a little suspicious, and it's very, very suspicious that that's the same scene where you see that the Qingming sword first chose Yi Zhang, because her eyes show like red pupils for a moment, like Sheng Guang's, and then they go back to black until she like officially accepts it.
Oh, you're talking about when it.
Yeah, and like the original animated short back from like 2.0.
When it cut to like her stabbing her.
No, like when it cuts to her like looking down and like all shy because she's like upset, like Yi Zhang is upset, and like Yizhuan is like just trying to grab her bird and go and like save this bird. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's where they show the red pupils, and that's where they show like the bird has the broken wing, and then like it's fine, and then it's gone. It's just the Qingming bird then.
Yeah. I just wish they explained that. Like, it's that, and also the fact that they say that they said that Xinguang's like alter self and also Yishiyen's alter self, they were just like born with it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they don't explain what the fuck it is.
Which is like them I'm a little bit more like iffy on, because we also don't get I mean, I'm maintaining Fox agenda till the end of time, but we still don't get confirmed on like what kind of Thyron they are. And it could be that they are the first mythical Thyron that we would know of, and then that would call into question like how the Thyron came about, because why are we having mythical creatures?
See, and this is where I please Thyron lore, give it.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish Glastic was there. He's like the Thyron expert.
I know. I'll keep going.
Oh, I was gonna say like the bird thing. We know that Yishuan got mad at Xian for using forbidden techniques on the sword to try to like do stuff with it.
Right.
We also know that she was like also messing with the same forbidden techniques on the sword. And it would make sense because the memory of Xian was like very complete inside the sword, like to the point of Yizhang. It would make sense to me if the Qingming sword absorbed some of each of their like memories or something as they were like messing with it, which is why Xian's memory was like pretty like stable when they were in there, and just like a little bit scrambled at the start, but then like got it together. But the Qingming bird, I fully think is like a partially extracted version of Yishuan's sister from the Qingming. Like she was able to get like a little bit of that miasma confluence out of it, form it into the Qingming bird, and then seal it in its own simulated mini hollow which is the gourd that she has on her back.
right? But like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
so
Because when
so
she-
do you think the ink is extracted from the Qingming sword itself then also?
Yeah. I'm starting to think the ink is like they call it etheric ink or auric ink or whatever.
Auric ink,
I'm starting to think it's also more of the it could be ink. It could be ink that is also like laced with miasma or laced with that miasma mixture that the Qingming has, because it has something different.
Mhm.
It does like
Mhm.
it's born and can manipulate miasma, sure, but it has something that is not entirely miasma because it's able to like manifest memories without the use of miasma. And it's able
Now,
to,
see, the
it's just
only
like a,
other character that can do anything kind of like that is Shu Yan with Sobek.
yep.
And,
Yeah.
he has like a weird fluid thing showing up around him too. I think there's something to that.
And he has the, but that's also when he's like fully connected to the creator. He's like,
Yeah.
Yes,
like
that's what I'm
fully
saying.
brainwashed
I'm
by the
agreeing.
creator.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why
bro,
I'm
you
like,
guys are
I'm,
good, right?
I'm re-questioning myself on that too, because now that you bring up, because I never made that connection before that he's doing the same thing with Sobek.
And they
then
both
that
took
would-
part in that, like, you know, kind of forbidden techniques. Maybe that's why Yujin was
Yeah.
so upset about what he was doing.
Yeah. Damn. And yeah, and Sobek's also weirdly watery too. You're right.
He is.
I missed all of that. I missed
He's
all of the
I
bigger
did
one.
too. I didn't think about that.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I can't stop giggling. Sobek is moist.
He is, bro. He is moist. The fuck?
I thought he was like this black mist. Wait, is he actually like? Or I'm not
Mist
gonna.
is wet. If you've ever walked through
Ooh.
like mist, like regular weather, like if it's like raining out, it's like
This
Mist
it
is wet.
soaks your clothes.
Yeah, it does.
It makes you moist.
It makes you
Makes you
moist.
Moist. Black moist. Whoa.
Oh god. They're a crocodile. They're yeah.
Something like that.
Adjacent crocodile and or adjacent, whatever, whatever it is.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie, that it would make more sense then that he summoned a crocodile, or at least like something aquatic, because the Lemnian's like the only hollow on water, right? That we know of, like the primary one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense now. Because that's the other thing about Lemnian is, and I guess hollows in general, is that it seems like they can record memories, and they also corrupt like the creatures inside of it. So
Not only
it would make
memories,
sense if it
but
was like
the literal structure of the
Entirely.
land. Like everything
Yeah.
that it corrupts, it has the data of its original state.
yeah.
And the
Because-
only thing that's unchanged is the freaking water. Oh my god, we're coming full
Yes,
circle
the only thing
here.
that is unchanged is water. Yes, because no matter how the hollow changes, the water will always flow and reach the same point.
Yep. Shout out Alice's dad.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, pouring out.
Finally,
Be
it
right
already
back.
makes a good point.
I gotta go for 1 second.
But Sobek is an Egyptian god, and that, like, it's not in the correct hollow. I agree. That's a little suspicious there.
Yes. Yeah. Shout out Smite.
What do you think is
Yeah.
happening?
I don't know. I've never really gone super in depth in terms of like the connections between all of the, besides like the Dead End Butcher kind of being like the Minotaur and that being in the whatever. But I've never really gone too in depth in terms of like the actual mythology and the connections between that and each hollow. But you are right. That is interesting that it's in a different hollow there. Oh,
It could be creator influence, right?
I mean, yeah, I
If
think it
they're
would
all
be
linked.
creator influence. Yeah. Sorry, because of that, I just remember that they were like, in the co-op event, they mentioned that there's that one segment in the Papago Hollow that was like rainforest. That was just all rainforest. But I think that's still like what you mentioned earlier. It's dependent on the person who goes in. Like whatever they see is
Yeah.
what it like projects. Because we now know that it is like illusion. Like it's not the real hollow, I guess. It just looks
Don't
like
you think it's wait, the new one, the freaking Divine Maze? Okay, we gotta
Yeah.
talk about the grid pattern on top. did you look up at the sky and like did you get close to the
Yeah.
stuff? Because the grid and the outline is there like no matter what you do. And I'm getting very suspicious of like the whole HIA and like 3 gates. Like what is it? They're like meter squared apartment. You can have like a full apartment in like a square meter. It's all getting very suspicious.
I did not notice that because I was having to rush through because I was trying to do like the actual co-op event with like with friends in the actual gameplay thing. So I kind of had to like low-key hurry in the story. So I did not notice that.
And they talk about the Crimson Eye. This event is
They
so
do talk
lore
about the
heavy.
Crimson Eye. Yeah, the Crimson Eye mention was really weird to me.
I
That
predicted
was-
all of that in my one video, but like that's insane that it's just like all happening like right now, like in a side of like in like on the side, not in the main story. I think that's the craziest part.
Honestly, everything that's happening on the side right now is like my number one
Insane.
interest. Like everything that I
Yeah.
like, all the topics that I want them to go into is happening right now, like in the side stuff, and that's why I'm so fucking hyped for season 3. Like season 3 is gonna go over my main interests, and so I'm very very interested. All I need, all I beg, all I ask, please, just a minuscule of Ray Urson screen time, okay? I need Ray to give me the files that she has. Because she has them. She has them. She's read them. She knows what's in them. And she won't fucking tell me. Because
She
it's been
knows.
5 patches. 5 patches. And we have not
Oh
gone
my
there.
gosh, wait, what's its name? Freaking Hoba?
Hoba.
Or
Yes.
is that the name of
Hoba.
it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Damn,
Okay.
they need to tell us. Now I want to know, where does everyone think we're going for season 3?
Okay, wait. They do mention that Hoba's going across the hollows, right?
Yeah.
Do they say Hollow
I think
Zero
so.
or all of the hollows? Because if there's one near the Faunus Quarter, then that makes sense. Hoba's the one spreading the miasma everywhere.
I think we got to go back and check that because that might be the biggest revelation from this entire evening, if that's the case.
Because
Yeah.
I don't remember if they said if it was going across hollows. Because I know they were saying that it kept escaping via fissures, but I don't know if they said where it was like going.
I should have this screen recorded. Let me sign into my iCloud on my computer. So I can like actually find it.
I want to know too.
Because
Oh,
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
oh,
welcome.
while we're I mean, yes, everyone keep that in mind. Okay, we're the subject we are on is Hoba, but with the whole fissure thing, do you think that they would just be using fissures to get to the Utopia, or like how are they getting there?
Probably be the fastest way is through a fissure.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it would just have to be.
A localized one, yeah.
Maybe that's
we
why
know they
they
can be
need planes
stable.
still. And that's why like only airships are allowed in New Eridu.
But helicopters are too.
But that's only at Scott. We only see them at Scott Outpost.
Yeah,
Every other
that's true.
time it's an airship.
That's true.
Also, to maintain the utopia, they'd have to like keep track of like who's going there, you know? Because you can't have bad people trying to like corrupt
Dude,
like a
they got
perfect society.
customs. Don't
Give
even
us
worry
the
about
flight
it.
logs.
Yeah, they
Release the
Give me the Utopia flight logs. Release the Utopia files. We see
It's like
police
the size scandal they're going
No,
through
it's
right
still
now.
Defense Force. It's not a police helicopter. Oh wait, no, I was thinking of 1.0. In 1.5, we see police helicopters. Like PubSec? Like
Oh, yeah, we do.
Defense
Remember, 'cause-
Force?
Remember when they drive off the top of the building, which I will say you can have a parking garage at the top of the building. It's just
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
the
yeah.
whole
when
thing is
Dina
goofy.
drove
I wish they
off the
showed a
building.
parking garage instead of just driving away.
That was so fucking funny. I was laughing at that for so long when that happened. I was like, wait, they drove away. We're on the top of a building.
Okay, and so then the other thing that they could have done, they could have just driven off the top and into the hollow. I mean, Andy does it enough times. It's got to be like an
I mean, we
okay way
did
to
it.
travel.
We did it in the outer ring. we drove
Exactly,
straight off
exactly.
into the hollow.
I honestly don't know what's funnier, just driving off the side of the building or
It's a
letting that
shortcut.
pothole exist.
Honestly, that just sounds like you will live. You will live if you fall into the hollow. You're gonna live. The fucking blimp, right? When we got shot out of the sky, the blimp
Yes.
landed in the thing, and we landed in a fissure, and it saved us.
Yeah,
Plot
okay, so that's one
convenient.
of the things that I think is really suspicious about the mayor. Because when I did the voice analysis, it was the mayor in all the versions, and Sarah says that like as soon as he says like the target is approaching the designated location, Sarah like takes down the blimp before it's in the designated location. I think she was saving them there.
In a panic, Hartman rushes to the car he summoned. Also, I did not see your initial message, Inhari. I do apologize. What do you think about all the idols name drops they've been doing since High Ambitions is now actively involved in the main story plot? And they are bringing back the Gilded Carrot Day as well. They've mentioned that multiple times, along with the reintroduction of Cersei. Which, by the way, can I just say right now, if they bring Cersei in as like a villain thing again, like they bring her in, they build her up, and then she's like a traitor because she was like gone for 10 years and then came back, and then she's gonna be like a weird traitor thing. I swear, do not do that. Do not do that, please. That will be so annoying. Oh yeah, the last flight. Yeah. That's the one where she has to watch him die every time, right?
Mm,
Last
yeah,
flight?
I think so.
Because every time he dies,
Yeah,
then
I
like
think.
time rewinds and she tries to stop it every time.
Oh, that's not subtle. That foreshadowing. Ooh.
No. No, it's not. Also, the co-op event, they directly mentioned that I think we all knew this. And actually Idhari was gonna make a thread about it on Twitter about the connections between like the movies that we see in the video store and like how those are gonna lead to different like actual stories in the game, because it's happened so many fucking times that it's like a direct parallel to one of the movies that we have in the store. So yeah.
Or like in some of them, it's just like straight up connected.
Yeah, like the fucking, you talking about like Into the Ether with Idhari?
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah.
Mhm.
That one was crazy.
And then the
That was a
ethereals
one
coming
for
out of
one
the
description.
hollows, like what happens is like exactly what happens in the game. It's crazy. Like it's like not subtle at all. And then like what is it? IGC 7710 being connected to the spiral flutists too. That's also an insane one.
Yes, it is. I loved that one. When I saw your video on that, I was like, oh my god, wow, that's actually a huge connection. Guys, dude, us with the wings, we're falling
Yeah.
from the Utopia. Easy. That's what that is.
Oh my gosh.
That's
you're
what
Yeah,
that
right.
is.
100%.
Easy.
Her
We're
vision has
fa-
not happened
We're
yet.
falling from the Utopia.
Oh shit. Wait.
Big dub.
Flying too close to the sun. So maybe we were like super close to like solving everything. and
Too
we got,
close
like,
to the
fucked for it.
sun. We got too close to Sunbringer.
Oh, imagine.
Ooh.
Boom. Dude, game solved.
You're cooking.
Game
'cause,
solved.
like, that's what, like,
wrap
the
it
picture
wrap it
based on.
up.
Damn.
What was it, Helios?
You guys saying the siblings just sell videos because they're from the future and are describing past events? No, that's not what I was saying, but that would be funny.
That's pretty much what I have a theory like that, where it's like the tapes are already on the shelf before you experience them. It's
Yeah.
not like you're taking a blank tape and like writing it over. It already has the
Echo,
cover
thank you
art
for the
on
super
it.
chat. Thank you. What is this of love to you in chat? I appreciate it. Have a good day at work. And the VOD will be here for whenever you're done. Yes, yeah, no, I do agree. Because I did always think, I was like, how does it make sense in terms of the timeline whenever like the agent missions happened? Like when we first started getting the agent missions and it was like Soldier 11s and they were like, oh yeah, this happened in the past actually.
Mhm.
Also, yes,
It's
yes, yeah, the Icarus flying too close to the sun. What he doing? What he doing? Soldier mentioned, yeah. Well, I mean, I know we talked about a lot. I know the conversations are slowly dying down now. Was there anything else that chat you wanted to bring up in specific? I know we went over. We got a little bit more concise in the second half. I know the first half we kept bouncing fucking everywhere, and I know we sounded so schizophrenic. But the second half,
We got into a groove.
yeah, we got into a groove. The second half was very consistent. Yes. Yeah.
Also, do you think like the Sky Island's like heaven to like everyone else?
What?
Like,
Wait, what
okay,
was
so,
that?
like, do you think like the Sky Island, like Roscoffy or however you
Sky
pronounce it,
Island. Yeah.
like, do you think it's
Oh.
like supposed to be like heaven? Because like, in order to maintain a utopia, you need to make sure everyone's perfect, right? Also, Sunbringer
Um,
has a lot of ties to like gods and stuff.
Yeah.
Actively call her divine.
I don't know how to answer that.
Okay, so there's a few different things it could be because there's like the floating gardens, and we know that like it's heavily inspired by like mythology from all over the world. But like there's also a few floating islands in like the actual like literature that they take from.
Yo, my
So
go.
it could be any of them.
Thank you for the super chat. thank you. Would you look at that? All my lore tubers in one sitting. I know. Well, we could try to
That's
definitely have
crazy.
more of these
Like,
in
Bro,
I
this
find
lore's
they
so
take the most
cool.
from like
in the future for sure.
so there's this guy Ovid,
For
and
sure.
he wrote.
Wait, I'm sorry.
He was
Yeah, how
actually
much is that?
so ridiculously ambitious. This is
Crazy.
kind of crazy. He wrote about all of the Greek myths from like a Roman perspective,
Brother, what are you doing?
and almost all of the stuff is either taken from that book, Metamorphoses, or another writer referencing something in Metamorphoses. So that's where I would start that hunt, like looking for
How
things that
much?
could be
It was
inspired by,
15.
and then finding
It was 15,
hints
but
like
that's
in the
huge.
game.
Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate
Ovid's
it.
also
Thank
the
you.
one
Thank you.
who wrote the epitaph for Phaethon, right?
Huge.
Yes. Yeah, this is the version of the faith in myth that they're using, and I mean it starts with like the actual. I'm holding the book right now. Sorry, I grabbed it once I started talking about it. The whole thing is crazy. Like it starts with like the creation of the world and like the connections to Apollo in this. Like the more I look, the more I find like the connections to Apollo than Helios. Like and a little bit for Nicole and Arky. They're both a little bit connected to the Apollo character in Metamorphoses. I'm looking right now to see if there's any talks of like floating islands.
Sorry. While
Yeah,
you're
that'd be
going through
cool.
all this, my mind was going on a complete I don't know why. My mind started going on if the smoke from RK's head is similar to the creator's smoke.
I think it is.
But
be.
they
Yeah.
are different colors though, right? Like the creator's is just like straight up
Yeah.
black. His was purple, yeah. Oh no, his was like
Mhm.
literally fire. Didn't it literally look like fire?
Yeah, it was like
It looked like purple and black fire.
Yeah. Oh, my brain's like trying to go in too many places at one time.
I was gonna ask y'all, what do you think about the link between how Geppetto functioned and what we saw with Sarah? Because we saw pretty much the
Yeah.
exact same like threads.
oh
The
true.
threads
like,
and the portal.
Yeah, from Geppetto and from like Sarah Bringer or whatever we're gonna call her.
I love a good hive mind.
Yeah, but like
Reminds me of Stranger Things.
I don't know. I think it's really interesting the fact that they're like the strings are there, that they're like being controlled.
Yeah,
Because
and she was like super puppeted, especially once she got the eyes, like she was
Yeah,
clogged out. Like that was
yeah.
a puppet, not a person.
yeah.
I hope they expand upon that though, because like another like intelligent being controlling people in the hollows. It's pretty cool.
Well, I think it's still like the creator puppeting them.
Just the creator. Okay. Do you think the creator was also puppeting Geppetto as well?
I don't know, but because here's the I don't know. I think it's weird that the symbolisms that we have are them being puppeted by wires, right? And then the giant fucking hands.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't a Bringer exclusive thing. They explicitly state that Carol was taken away by a giant hand. Like that was the whole thing.
Okay,
There's more.
wait a second.
It makes
Here's another
hands so
thing.
suspicious.
Here's
Mhm.
another thing. Did you see that the freaking internet post that the guy got all the sacrifice, like, or not sacrifice, but Exaltus like documents about how they're
Yes.
like colluding with Tops. He specifically mentioned sacrifice tech being
Yes.
sold off to Tops. I'm telling you, look at our suspiciously sacrifice colored Dylan and her weird big hands. I genuinely think like the weaponry that might be approaching Void Hunter weapons might be linking like sacrifices to whatever the weapon
I'm
is.
not opposed to that,
versus,
but
like,
she had that weapon before that tech was sold off. So it would have been like a prototype essentially. I guess
Yeah,
is what
exactly.
Dylan has, yeah. Because they're quite literally trying to prototype everything that Helios that Helios had too. Because the HDD that Astra connected with, like they were trying to prototype their own HDD system.
Mm-hmm. She had like a bootleg one. Then we also have the bootleg patches now too.
Right. Which the patches one is crazy. I felt
Yeah.
like that was like, and they just did that shit. Yaniki was like, "Hey, we need this," and they're like, "Okay." yeah, we can make that happen.
Well, it makes it markedly more suspicious though, because like we know then that they can transmit images and sound over the hollow frequency. How do they just like snap it into existence and not something like the HDD?
You mean like in terms of like having a hollow like recipient link?
Yeah, like that's. I think that.
How did they describe it? They gave an explanation as to how it works here, and I don't remember what they said.
I'm pretty sure it was just like transmitting images. Like you're not like getting the full picture. You're getting like images and sounds that they see.
Was
like,
that what
you're
it was?
linked, but
Okay,
it's not like a
full
yeah.
link.
It's something similar, but it's like you're not getting your full senses like linked over the HDD, because the HDD is like a full brain hack. Like you're like fully in that bangbu. Like you're up in there. But this like weird neural patch is like only simulating visuals and some sounds over the connection. But still, like that would mean they have some even primitive means of communicating through hollows, which until this point was thought to be completely and totally impossible.
Mm-hmm.
So is there somebody drip feeding them that info at White Star or at like High Ambitions or wherever else versus like what we know with the HDD, which is we had that tech once that was from Carol and whoever else was on, and RK, who were on that project specifically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point from your chat. They developed the tech after the mayor contacted the siblings. That's suspicious.
Wait, sorry, what? Where is that? Oh, they
That's in
developed
your
this
YouTube
tech
channel.
after the mayor contracted this. Oh, the
Also, like-
the patches.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good point.
I've been thinking about Booby saying, okay, that's a funny name, but like I've been thinking about like what they said about the mayor being like evil. Like what would the mayor have to benefit for giving like the proxies like a big upgrade? Like I'm curious.
That he gets their trust.
That is true.
Another
If they don't-
thing.
they're
I
not
was gonna say,
suspicious
and
of
also
him.
if we're saying that the eyes are a weapon still, like we were mentioning earlier, then it would be like
He would get access of like to their stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We also don't know if he bugged it. He could have told Lycan like put this this harmless like JPEG on their computer. It'll be a funny prank. And it turns out that like he actually put like the worst Trojan possible. He put the creator virus on their eyes.
Bro, we got hacked by White Noise by just plugging in the USB. Like that's
Yeah.
why I was I was like, why are we just letting the mayor plug something into the HDD? Did we not learn our lesson? This is how we got hacked before. We also don't know what he did.
We had Lycan doing it.
What I think is crazy is that like it's definitely the mayor's voice on the recording with Cores. Do you think they're just playing along because they think they can get out of it? But like,
sorry.
jokes on them, they can't.
Say the beginning part again with the recording.
I'm pretty sure the three voices on the recording, we know Cores is one of them for sure. We know Bringer is one of them for sure. And then the mayor is the only person who matches the person who says sacrifice at the end.
I see.
And
I
we know
tried
that
comparing
Pioneer
them.
Plaza was made by the mayor and Tops
Yeah.
together.
The mayor's voice sounds like a lot of people. It does. It does. Because I tried comparing
No,
the
but
voices, and like to me, they sounded different. But it's also
in the
like
side by side,
it,
it's like almost identical.
is it? Because I know I know I don't know. I feel like I'm really shit at doing side by sides with audio. Because people also looked into the Tops consultant from the Miyabi teaser and the Krampus's boss, and apparently it's like almost identical as well, which like is interesting.
I think they're doing it on purpose as like a way of like hinting at what's gonna happen and like a little bit of misdirection. Then if they do it consistently enough, then I think it's on purpose and they're not recycling these voices.
Yeah, I don't know if it's actually the same or not. Just because my ears are shit. When it
I'll
comes
send
to
you I'll
audio.
send you a link to the video where I compare them without music or anything.
Oh, okay, bet. Yeah, I will definitely check that out. Well, okay. I wouldn't just say that the mayor brought Lycon in as the mediator because he knows that this. Okay, is Lycon gonna snap? Like,
I think so.
yeah,
I think so.
You
100%.
think
I
he'll
think
go
he's gonna
back
betray
to
the mayor.
Mockingbird?
Yeah. I don't
That's
know
more
about going back
likely
to
than him
Mockingbird.
betraying anyone else.
Yeah, I think he's gonna pop off real bad because we know Hugo was already playing both sides, and he was like, "Yo, listen, the mayor is evil, dog. He's not telling you the full story. The mayor's sus." And Lycan was like, "All right, man, I don't really trust you either, but Hugo's a real one, so you gotta listen to Hugo. He's been real this whole time.
Exactly.
So I don't know why you wouldn't listen to him." But no, we also know that like Victoria housekeeping as a whole, we know like the family unit, right? We know Lycan's the dad and Reno's the mom, and we have the two babies. But like, they are a paramilitary, like black ops organization. Reno was waiting on dead drops at like the Ballet Twins area just to like mess with mercenary groups and Hollow Raiders.
Yeah.
Just because they were paid by like Tops people or people equivalent to Tops to do it. They are funded by like rich people. That they specifically say that too.
Mhm.
So it would not surprise me at all if even like Reno is like, "Hey, Lycan, we have to do this. The mayor's telling us," and Lycan's like, "No," and then he gets real mad, and then Beware of Dog sign is gone, and now we have Unbound Lycan.
Unbound.
Unbound?
I think that would be
Wait.
And also, okay,
He's gonna-
everything about like Victoria housekeeping is so like suspicious is like not a good enough word. I need something what's more suspicious than suspicious. I will look it up and I'll report back. But
Super
why
suspicious.
was Corin and Victoria housekeeping in the Hollow during the Vision scandal? And like when they were trying to like prevent
Yep.
the Vision scandal, they run into Corin. And she
Yeah.
says
Yeah.
the others are in the Hollow. All of it very suspicious.
It is. It is.
The other thing I
They've
was
been
going to say about
following Phaethon since then.
this is true. They've been I think they've known about Phaethon through EOS. Like they knew that EOS was in some way related to Phaethon, which is probably why they had like eyes on the Bangbu, not like the dude. And then like through good fortune or planning, they ended up knowing Phaethon. But they now know that Phaethon's like not a bad person, and
Right.
they might just be like on the wrong side of history. But Lycan's whole motif, I think, is like there's a lot of Fender iconography with him, but I've gotten into like a little bit of a delve on his design where he's bound in like all aspects. His eyes covered. He's got like effectively a muzzle on. He's got like 14 different belts on. He's got more belts than like
you're
a Nomura
right.
character.
Oh my gosh.
He has like so much stuff like indicating that he's chained up. And Hugo, I'm pretty sure, calls him a chained dog multiple times.
Yeah.
Which I'm not sure how that flies in the Thyron community, but like it is, you know, it's like there's a lot to it, which is why I think that Lycan might be. If we're visiting an old friend, Lycan might be just about as likely as Billy to be the new, you know.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be opposed to that. Oh, also because you mentioned. Oh, sorry. Dingle, go.
No, okay. I just have a question. Are we allowed to talk about like gameplay leaks at all?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a slap on the wrist earlier, so I will avoid doing that.
Okay, that's fine. Making sure.
The thing I was going to mention was because you mentioned Hugo. You remember what the creator or what Sarah was like saying to us when we were walking on that bridge when it was like reconstructing and whatever?
In the walk up to the final boss.
Yeah. The thing that she kept like she was reciting like a whole thing, and then she called us the children of gods.
That much I remember. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yep.
do
And
you
they get
remember
called the Gemini gods.
Do you remember Hugo when they first introduced him? They made him say the children of devils, and they made it seem like he was saying that to the proxy, and they were like, and then he was like, oh no, it's this movie, and then it pertains to his story. Do you remember that he also then said that there's another movie and like correlates it to us called The Children of Gods? At the end of 1.6, whenever he's like saying, I want you to take care of Vivian, like after this thing, he was like, the movie I mentioned earlier, Children of Devils, I found another movie with the same thing. It's called The Children of Gods.
Do you think that relates to the other thing that they said about the creator creating like those ether based clone? Oh no, not ether based, but like almost like
How did you
clones.
have that?
my
Hari,
God.
how did you
Tyler
have
Yadari.
that? That's what I'm saying. Tyler and Hari's on a different fucking like. Anyway, here it is, chat. Here it is. Remember that revenge video I told you about, Children of Devils? I still haven't found it, but I came across another videotape with the same name. Turns out in that story, the Children of Devils are actually children of gods. Yeah, that.
Well, that would make sense.
For
given,
Carol
like, all the
Arna.
weird
Yeah, you're
creator, like,
fairy.
What was the context under which that like Carol was looking at the proxies and they were like all gold?
It was that. So they were saying that this was a memory of Carol, and then they were saying that the ether like things that they were seeing was like it was an ether aura, and she recognized that it looked like them, because she was like, "Why does it look like?" And then she like cuts herself off. But she was saying that that's like an ether aura of the people that she was talking to in that memory.
Oh, you think that could have been, you know how you were saying before that the miasmic echoes were like talking to something? Like a soul that was interacting with Magus like through the miasma, and we had Carol like in those little miasmic projections. Could that be what she was seeing at the time? And then kind of like consoling herself knowing that like there's a chance they're hearing her like across time through the hollow.
Like, oh, like she was literally schizophrenic seeing that, and she was like talking to them in that way. I'm not opposed to that idea, because I thought that myself, but then I think I mentioned it to my chat or my Discord somewhere, and they brought up the fact that she talks about the kids in third person. Unless she's like like doing that on purpose, like she's talking to them in third person while also thinking that she's talking to them. I don't know. It's weird.
I think that might have been just like a thing she saw that was like, or that she thought she saw even. That was like a little bit of a consolation for what's going on. Because if that was an etheric aura of the proxies in like any capacity at all, or like some kind of representation of them, then it would make total sense that they are like the perfected experiment of Helios, because we know Seed's ether aptitude is through the roof. She can just like live in a hollow. She was like eating flowers in there, just chilling. The proxies, oh no, we have such bad ether aptitude. It turns out they just didn't have enough dedicated wham to like.
That's exactly what it was.
Like, so, but their ether aptitude is like, it's literally perfect. Like they could probably shack up in the hollow and just chill forever. So if it was the proxies, seeing them as entirely gold would mean like they are like humans that are as close as humanly possible to being like fully etheric entities.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing, because I always like people always said they're not human. Like they, I noticed like there's the whole thing of like, oh, they're like just big human bang boo or whatever. But the golden thing, like the golden aura that she was talking to, it's the same gold that actively healed the cuts on their body.
Yep.
Like, unless that was like at some point, like they literally shed their mortal flesh and they continue to look like they are like essentially Belle and Wise are just this coagulum ether. Like they are their own fucking mini night horror in a sense.
Do you think it can do with like the god theme as well? Because you know how Greek gods like bleed like golden blood. Could that also be like?
I know a lot of people brought that up. I'm not opposed to the idea. It's just I feel like it didn't make sense because they weren't dripping it. It wasn't dripping
Yeah,
like it was blood. It was more like a mark, like a scar that was appearing on their head.
Yeah.
So
You know what's so interesting about that?
Mhm.
Okay, so sorry, I have to bring up the freaking literature if we're gonna talk about the Greek gods. The only character that Ovid spoke directly to after their death was Phaethon in the book.
mm,
And he speaks to Phaethon as if he's still alive and just lost. So I think there really
interesting.
could be something to like there
Mm.
could be something to like the healing aspect and like maybe diving into that part of the myth that's just left so open-ended.
Yeah.
I see.
They could be filling in the blanks on that that very suspicious ending.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think like I don't think that they're not human, but they're just like way too apt with ether. I mean, we know this from the
Yeah.
Yeah, the blood was
from
red.
like the
Yeah.
whole thing with Yunque. The blood
I
was
agree,
red. They were
Pinon.
bleeding.
This will be a burger story like none before.
Please no.
Yo, we just gotta have Nicole put on a wedding dress and we're good, right? Just have her walk us through the hollow like a new Alicia.
Yeah.
But they were like, I think they are just unconsciously ether manipulating at that point. Like
Yeah.
high, emotions running high, of course, because they were
Mhm.
trying to save Shungus. But like when they got cut, immediately started to heal. And then we had like,
Yeah.
you know, fate magic
Yeah.
circuits
My
take over
God.
their hand, yada yada yada.
Mhm.
But that and their like ability to do that only coming not just in direct proximity with the creator, but also after the Yunque techniques, they might have just like opened up their ability to think about ether. Because a lot of ether is also
Yeah.
the ability to like think in abstract, right? Like Astra's music notes and Lucia's ethereals. But the proxy is like a very factual person. Like they're real good at math, real good at
Mhm. Yeah.
math,
Yeah.
and they're real good at navigating. So they don't really need to think in like imaginative terms. But
Mhm.
now that they're starting to via the practice and whatever, it could be that they're starting to actually do stuff with ether versus like unknowingly
Yeah.
do it.
What do
They
you
actively like.
Dingle
Go ahead.
go? No, you go.
Yeah, in the story, they touched upon how they learned etheric techniques already. That's how they were able to like fix the machines. Like, yeah, you're right. They've already like learned like how to manipulate ether to some extent.
Yeah, because they created their own technique on the spot.
Yeah.
that and like the machine fixing.
Can we talk about like what they actually did when they grabbed Idhari with their hand, by the way? Because they were saying like the whole point was that it was taking up her body because it needed to be formed into something. They ripped her away and it kept the ether form of Xinguang behind.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Like
Yeah.
what do you mean? Like what is that? How did that happen with the, because like at first I thought that like the gold thing was just like a healing side, but the golden eye activated when they were about to get attacked by the ethereal before Zhao saved them, which means it can be used offensively.
They did with Bringer too.
It did not glow gold with Bringer though.
Oh yeah, no, that's the pre-power. That's pre-Yunque.
Yeah. So I just don't like, I'm trying to think of like what actually happened there. What did they do? Did they just quite literally act as like a blade and sever the forms from her actual physical body?
It could be. I'm thinking of it more like you know when like two magnets are like repelling each other.
Yeah.
They kind of just like hit her with like one magnet, and then the creator flew away.
Because
Or, like,
it did
like,
immediately retreat.
Yeah, they can't coexist is what I'm getting at, I guess, is if the proxy's there, almost like Porcelain and Miasma or Porcelain and Ether, like if they just flutter with their ether or they like hit her with their ether, the creator can't like attack her because they're like flooding her one way.
Okay.
Or it's scared. Maybe the thing is just scared because it knows it will take damage from interacting with that light.
Aw, cute. Oh, people are gonna be upset that it's not an actual art thing again, aren't they? Yep, I can already see it in the comments. They really killed the birthday artist, huh? I think this is cute. I don't understand the hate for this new, like they're using the models. I think it's cute, but whatever, I guess. Nom Nom Shark's birthday bash. Oh my god.
Okay, one thing
It's Ellen's
about like
birthday?
the
Do what?
wait, it's Ellen's birthday.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
just
like-
posted the birthday art. Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna touch upon like the whole like evil Shengguang forum being ripped away from like the other Shengguang. Like, you know how we talked about like emotional resonance with like ether and how that can like contribute as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think the proxy was likely only resonating with like the one half of Shengguang, trying to appeal to her humanity and like rejecting like the rest of it. I think that's what they were trying to go for there.
For some reason, my brain's not understanding that. Can you repeat that?
Like okay, so like you know how like they have like there's like an emotional resonance thing that we talked about earlier. That's
Right.
how Shengguang was able to have like a tie with the Qingming sword and like suppress its like negative effects, right?
Yes.
I think the proxy was resonating with like one half of Shengguang, trying to like appealing to her her humanity, you know? Like, you know, in the story, like the entire story was about how she's rejecting like the rest of it in favor of like trying to uphold this humanist ideal, right?
Uh-huh.
I think the proxy was appealing to that half and resonating with only that part specifically. I think that's how she was able to pull it. I think it's more of like a thematic thing rather than like something we should like stress too much about, you know?
Oh,
But I
so
think
like
that was already
I think there's
post-integration,
something
though.
really
Pardon me?
interesting that the "This is how I am" poster has the yellow writing and the flower makes an eye with the cloud.
Oh, like the eye that's in the marketing. That's never been brought up.
That's how I am.
Yeah. So I definitely think something's going on there that's it has to be connected to like these like chains on the side with the hands. If we're gonna like break down the symbolism of this, because I think it's very important. I also think that that this
So
like
I'll be right
healing
back.
power that like Sarah also had it has to be connected to whatever Belle and Wise are doing. The fact that she went around after she got the Exaltus Overseer power, reversing all the corrupted people and all signs of corruption on the people she encountered, and even going as far
Oh.
as trying to help Shu Yan like heal the damage he did to himself, but also help Sheng Wang like survive with this Qingming sword instead of it like taking her out instantly. It feels like Sarah might have been leading them to help Sheng Wang in that instance.
Do you think their
Or
power
the
could have to
creator.
do with like? Do you think like Belle and
Mhm.
Wise's power could have to do with like some sort of reversion theme? Like if you think about it, like they kind of rewound like the ether outside of Vivian's body, and there was also like a rewind prompt in one of their dreams. Like, do you think that's gonna be like a prevalent theme in their power as well?
I think so. Some kind of messing with time or
Yeah,
how
like
time
something.
is perceived, definitely.
Yeah, I think like the creator and Bell and Wise both probably have like a similar ability to read the info that's in a hollow and restore point from a computer. You know what I mean? Like they kind of just like
Mhm.
tap the file and it's like, okay, now you're back to like 2 weeks ago. Here you go. Because all the info is stored in the hollow regardless. And we know that from like Dylan and Yadari.
Yeah.
So I think they
Yeah,
both
and
can
one
do
of the
that.
upgrade materials, what is it? The purple ones? My brain isn't working. It's for the what is it? Like the core skill. It's called higher dimensional data.
It
Yeah.
is.
So maybe it has something to do with like, time being part of the higher dimensions, like it's a physical thing.
Oh, I see.
Maybe that's what's up.
Time is also considered to be like the fourth dimension in like a real world science as well. So that could
Yeah.
some thematics.
Maybe we're coming full circle again. A whole figure 8.
The exalted symbol. Oh my god. We all the exalted.
Yeah, it must be so nice to be in a hive mind. You don't have to think about doing chores. You don't have to go to work. The husk of yourself will go for you.
You know what's interesting about that too? Wasn't it like Sarah was helping the sacrifices go back to normal, but their like brains were still scrambled and they weren't normal.
They had
were husks
they
at that point.
they had no memories.
Yeah, so they already got schlorped, but that was only because she was using the creator's version of the power, versus the proxies who can restore points somebody, memories and all, and they're fine.
Speaking of like reversing time and like going back, there's a Sumerian myth about this thing called the crystal tablet, or like the tablet of destinies. And so it can it physically reverses time. So like if a character used it, if one of these gods used it on like another god, it would like turn them back into a baby and then back into like a collection of cells. We see something interesting in the unknown footage video. When it goes through like that crazy like door like threshold thing, we see Miyabi as a collection of sketch lines. And then
That
she
whole
quickly turns
video
back
is
into her
so
fully animated self.
weird. Like
I had to break it down frame by frame. It's crazy.
It felt like it had no core. I was like, oh my god, this update's gonna be like really like mentally weird. But then it was just not. And I was like, okay, wait, this trailer's so odd. Like, why are we?
No, it wasn't weird until we got 2 maps to go back to the video and like slow it down frame by frame. There's one in one of like the combat missions in what is the first hollow. We see, oh my god,
The
my brain
Cretan
is
Hollow?
blanking. Yeah, like there's one in the Cretan Hollow, and then there's 2 in the Aerospace Center where it has like the same X marks, and then it has like it looks like a hallway drawn on the door, like on a wall. And so like when we go back to the unknown footage video, it has that same hallway with the same X marks. And like that's where we see the threshold that looks like the crystal door, that which is also similar to what's in the Bang Boo Nose like little trailer.
Do you have a video on that?
Yes.
Can you send it to me?
Yeah.
Bet.
Yeah, of course.
Fuck, what was I gonna say? I just had this whole thing in my head. Oh, you said Aerospace City. You know, because we learned that every single like thing failed.
Yes. That's crazy.
What if it was because the Utopia was like air defense shooting down these shooting down the missiles, not letting them leave, bro? The cloaked Utopia. Yeah, the porcelain dome. Yeah. That's why they couldn't leave. Speaking of that though, like in the hollow where we learned that like all the test subjects failed. You know that one defense force guy that was like trying to get revenge, or like get all the info or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you meet him for the first, like you meet him in the first area of the.
Yeah, and then you can meet him in like a bunch of different areas until you complete his story, or whatever.
Yeah.
Is he the one who leaked the thing on internet?
It could be.
I saw a post about
sense,
that
right?
on Twitter, and I was like, oh fuck, I never even thought about that. I don't remember like what exactly he said that he wanted to like steal. But it would be interesting if it was him, just because like you do get an achievement for it, but I don't remember what
the
he said that he
achievements
wanted
usually
to steal.
lead to like important lore later in the game.
Yeah, the what was the most recent one that was like really weird? Fuck, I don't remember. Oh, is this the one that it describes that that they failed, all the experiments failed? Well, let me pull this up where chat can read it. In case chat didn't read it, because I don't know if chat actually interacts with NPCs. But yeah, here we go. Erudite investigator. Space launch experiment was cutting-edge porcelain materials equipped with top-tier ether energy modules, burning through countless resources and manpower at Aerospace City. It was jointly driven by the city administration and tech companies, but it ended in several hopeless failures. Something about the high altitude airflow, or the material tech was just not up to snuff back then. Only one thing remains undisputed: people's courage to explore the heavens crashed to Earth with each shattered rocket.
For the heavens.
Ray playable win. I would love her to be playable right now. That's what I would love her to be playable.
Bouncing back like 2 seconds to the talking about that unknowable or unknown footage video. All of the Sokaku doodles are stuff that I'm pretty sure have happened already, minus like that photo, which is
Wait,
a
actually?
red hand gripping something, Yanagi's broken glasses, and what looks like, I don't know if that's like a finger or if that's like Harimasa's headband tied to the wrist of that hand.
I tied to the wrist. I thought you were talking about the thing that it was grabbing.
No, it looks like there's like a doodle, like a strike mark around the wrist, and then it's
do
like
you see that? Yeah.
it's sticking out. As far as I know, that hasn't, like, nothing like that has happened. Versus like seeing Harimasa's backstory, Sokaku getting the mask from Yanagi,
Right.
and like also Miyabi and Tailless having their relationship. Everything else is like come to pass, minus that one.
I mean, are those not? I mean, yeah, you think you mentioned that's Yanagi's glasses, yeah?
She's the only one on Section 6 who wears glasses, so I would like.
But like
have to put it down for that.
The structure of them is the same.
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, is there a chance that that's a hand of a red Oni?
So I have a slightly different interpretation of this image. That actually looks like the HDD screens. And
Like
a big hand.
Like the
Yeah, because see, it has the different directions on it. Film wouldn't have directions like that.
Yeah, it's got like lines on it. Oh no, it's fingers. It's not the headband. So like what I thought were separating lines for the TVs are like actually fingers. Like there's one finger going out to the left, the thumb on the right, and then 2 fingers in the middle. So Kaku's just shit at drawing.
Wait.
Yeah, I think that could be the problem.
you're saying yeah, this is finger.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's okay. Wait, what were you seeing?
I was seeing just like a blob of a hand. Okay.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know what that would be.
Yeah, that's a good point though. I guess yeah, that is the one thing that we did know. Pretty sure that's when Harimasa's doctor gave his headband to Harimasa, but that I don't really see how the glasses come into play there.
Carolina's glasses look like that, if I'm not mistaken.
I feel like because it was
Yanagi and Carol
Sokaku
are the only two that I think wear glasses like oval shaped.
Yeah, I think it would have to be Yanagi because I like it would it would have to be connected to Sokaku in some way. I mean I think it could be that's definitely like her glasses. I think the red hand, the only thing that could be like a red hand is like a red Oni, but I don't know what it's grabbing, like what it's crushing. I don't understand.
I think like the biggest issue I have with this is that like Yanagi got her glasses after the transfusion, so there's no other instance in which she would be interacting with a red Oni between then and now. This would
I think it might just be a skin colored hand. Like I think it might just be skin colored.
I mean, yeah, it might be. What the fuck is it touching?
But if it's skin colored, then I would think like the other pictures would also be similar, right? But we have like Miyabi here looking like this.
If she's whited out, then maybe it's supposed to be like a swap, like almost like an invert. Because the glasses are dark as well. They work for hand. Don't they work for like a part of hand? Or am I like forgetting something?
Who works for
They
part
like
of
work
hand?
with hand. Yeah.
And that's the Tails Malibu.
He's so spooky and sad.
Wait, what's that like one device where you'd be like recording something, like a bunch of pictures would be coming out of it? Like, I'm trying to remember. I just presume it's like something like that. Hold on.
You talking like
Like
the
film?
Polaroid?
Yeah, film. Like, what if it's just like film? What if it's trying to like tell us like how Yanagi sees differently compared to other people?
I don't know why the glasses be on the floor then in that way, because like otherwise
know.
the photos with Yanagi are like really happy and nice.
I don't really know.
Yeah,
I see how it can be seen as film, but I don't know why it would be film. Like specifically
don't know.
with the broken glasses.
Well, the film aspect is huge in Zenless. They have,
Well, yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know.
and they say unarchived footage, like unarchived, like rolls of film.
I'm just trying to put my head. I'm trying to be in the mind space of Sokaku. Like, what would she be drawing?
Do you think, okay, touching upon like Yanagi's abilities, like you know how it's like how she perceives time like slowly, or maybe even in stasis at sometimes, right? But like time's not actually slowing itself. Like could those film things like represent like how she sees like in stagnation? Like that's I don't know. Like abandoning like her glasses in favor of this new Oni ability.
I think
I-
it could just be like
Maybe I'm
I
looking too deep.
really think it's
rebar.
showing
No,
the
no, you're not.
HDD there, or at least like TV screens on like some kind of array like that, because it has the same kind of like, it looks the same as like the little, what are they called? Push ones? The ones that force you to go in a specific direction.
The
Yeah, I see that.
I see what you're saying. Okay,
Maybe
I see.
maybe as much as they're Sakaku's drawings, maybe that's not the person who took pictures of them. Maybe it's someone else taking pictures of her drawings.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
The less like abstract way I'm seeing it is it's like a box, like just like a physical box or like a scabbard or something, more like a case, and like the lines would be like denting in the case, which I would be
Yeah,
like an
those, yeah.
indicator of strength that that's like an arm of an Oni, right? To me, that kind of points either to like Yanagi almost getting axed by like an Oni dissident from the incident, or Oni Yanagi, like full Oni blood Yanagi, like double trigger type.
I mean, I could see that, but
And how do we know? Wait, if I'm not mistaken, are we 100% certain that these are Sakaku's drawings?
They are.
Or is it just kind of shown to be? Because like I do find they do a lot of misdirection like that, and I never considered this angle on it before. But what if the drawings that we see around Sakaku, those have to be her drawings, but that's not what's shown in these frames? What if it's like a Bangbu drawing the prophecy or something, and we're gonna get like another one with like another faction?
so
Honestly, that'd be pretty funny.
hold on, I'm trying to pull this up.
I sent the link to the video because it flashes the what looks to be the body of Harumasa, like his, I guess, like veins. This is just like an X-ray of Harumasa,
I don't
and then
know
it
if you can
flashes all
see
these
this.
images of like Sokaku drawings.
Can you?
And they're
Oh yeah, then
inside
it goes into
TVs.
like the broken TV, right?
Yeah,
With like a crystal growing out of it. My theory is that
Yeah.
that's the TV that they're doing like the simulation on. Like if it's a simulated world, that's the TV they're doing the simulation on.
The style fits her drawings on her desk, is what I was trying to point out.
They look like all like the kitty drawings though.
Yeah. The effects and the
That's
music in that
creepy
bit is
looking.
insane. Yeah, I mean it's in reverse. Yeah, the music is in reverse.
It's funny that that's how Sakaku draws herself.
Well, she did draw herself in a different way too. She drew herself like here. Hold on, let me get it.
She's so sweet.
The one with the big eyes is really funny.
This one.
See, I like that version of her more. She's so cute.
It is very cute. I like it.
Ah, so that makes me think more and more that that last one with the freaking hand and like the glasses, that might not be Sakaku's. Oh man, this is a tough one. And I keep going back to it. No matter how much I go back to this video, I always find more stuff.
It is just inherently a weird ass like video. So I don't blame you for going back to it. I am excited to see like where the rest of this co-op event goes with the Papa Go Hollow though. I think that's the thing that I'm like most excited for, because the things that
need
they've
to know.
shown right now in just the first 2 days is already like sick. And also the character interactions that we're getting in this fucking thing is like literally top tier. Like
They're so much
yeah.
fun.
like the outer ring, like Lucy and Lighter arguing with Zhao. Like what?
Right now. Oh my gosh.
I never thought that would be something that we would see in any time soon. So yeah. What video? Show the thumbnail.
They do a lot
this
at us
video.
for 2026. Damn.
It's the, here, let me-
Wait, no. I wanted to know before, because I feel like maybe I'm the only person who thinks we're going underground. We're going into like the Bangbu tunnel system that they keep talking about for season 3. What do you guys think for season 3?
Oh, like under the, I don't know. A lot of my chat seems very convinced that we'll be going to the Utopia, and I really don't think we'll be going there for season 3.
No, I think season 4, it's looking more likely. How are we even going to get there unless they just like blast us there instantly? But that's never worked before.
Yeah, no,
I don't know, like the. Yeah, what's up? Keep
Oh,
going.
I was just gonna say, I think it's gonna, we are finally gonna go through like since right now we're going through Papago, and the fact that they said that like all the other hollows are like acting weird, that will start going into like the Dark Wall shit. Ideally, because in the files, right, we're already going into all of the old Void Hunter stuff. Ray said the files are specifically on the old Void Hunters and that they were locked up. So like we can't just be bringing all these people in and then not bring Ray back, who literally has a fucking, I read about this earlier. Ray, give me the fucking files. She has them.
They're going to show up all redacted.
Yeah. We released the files. It's all there. Oh my god.
It's scary the game's government looks like our government.
Oh my god.
I'm still full send on Throne Quarter, bro. Like I've been waiting so long because we still need to see the head of PubSec, Seth's brother. We still need to see like all the other, because we have only touched on the Throne Quarter. I think HSO is located like in the Throne Quarter, and Wi-Fi Peninsula is technically
within the Throne Quarter. Correct.
So we have to like go further in there because that's where PubSec headquarters is, like full send. That's also probably where Jane's like whole consultancy is, and we still don't know what the hell's up with that.
Okay, then that's likely the next location, because the devs did actually say that we're going to be touching upon PubSec a lot more in their stream.
Not only did they say that, but they did also bring a link like here at the end of this when Yushuan, I think it was Yushuan, said that public security like was probably going to come by and actually just like arrest Mr. Liu, the dude, for like doing all of his stuff. So they may use that as an opportunity to bring them back, or like bring the PubSec back.
Me.
That's the next location.
More Jane.
More
and
Jane.
we haven't seen an officer Mew Mew in a while.
Yeah,
I hope they just
why.
reveal. I hope they give a reveal and be like, he's been working on very important things.
Yes, yeah. Shiyin was in the Faunus Quarter, and that's where he said that there was like miasma there. And then he was headed to the Pluto, which is towards the what did he say? Towards the edge of the old city, or towards the edge of the, or edge of something. He's edging
like by Hollow Zero, right? Like by where the disaster happened.
I think so.
Around there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're like, there's a lot of stuff pointing to the Throne Quarter, and also like a lot of unresolved stuff going on there. Like we touched on earlier with the with the porcelain weapons. When I said assassins, I also meant like the organization as like a group. That's an entire other faction, likely under tops, that we haven't really delved into yet. That are like Young Quay Summit,
Closer to the old
grabbing
city.
kids from a very young age and like training them as assassins all the way up, and just having them like abandon their identities and all that. There's also like Fugue and how they're integrated with like not just the organization, but the whole feuding between the music groups, even hiring assassins to kill singers, which is a little bit out there.
Yeah.
And we also still need to figure out what the consultancy is, and Seth needs to learn that we are faithing. I'm telling you, the John Doe agenda stands. Okay,
John Doe.
the John Doe agenda.
So many strong feelings on the Seth situation. Okay, I think, which one is it? His like third or fourth Mindscape. His brother says sometimes you can't save everyone, and I'm like, oh no, he's gonna sacrifice himself. This is gonna be it. They're gonna. What if his morals never changed? What if he's undercover or something? He's the commissioner, so he's super close to the mayor. What if it's getting down to that like Seth's brother is going to expose what's going on with the mayor, and that's why he's buddies with Haramasa and Seth? Like, why Haramasa's buddies with both of them? I don't know. The whole thing is very like everything in the game is suspicious.
Yeah, because PubSec is under the mayor, but I think Lowell is about like as high ranking as you can get and doesn't really bow his head to him, which is why he hires people like Jane, who are very obviously, unsavory characters from down the lane.
It was Mindscape 4. Put aside your foolish notions of good and evil. You can't protect everyone. Sometimes you have to make a choice. And then he said, this is my choice, and it's the core responsibility of an officer. You're the one who has changed, brother.
So now, see, I think that's foreshadowing that, like, Seth's brother never changed. That, like, maybe he's doing something. He's making moves, and he wants to protect Seth, not necessarily hide the truth from him.
Yeah, I think like his brother is like very much in the same way as Carol, doing a little bit of bad for the greater good. I don't know
100%.
to what end, because like I think like genuinely think Bringer converted under and like never really showed any signs of it. Like I think that whole situation wasn't planned for at all. I think Bringer was like actually pretty deep undercover, and his brother didn't really take notice of it. Which is why the whole situation got like patched up so quickly. He was like, okay, we can't like let this keep happening. But like the fact that there is such bad blood between the two of them means that there has to be some fundamental like misunderstanding. And also Seth is just like an anime character. He's like an anime protag. He's never gonna abide by any kind of evil. And because proxying is illegal.
He doesn't understand nuance.
Yeah, he's got no understanding of nuance. Proxying is illegal. We got to go out in cuffs. Like proxy is we're done. We're cooked.
Honestly, I don't think for some reason I feel like he wouldn't do that. And I don't know why. Because I mean, yes, according to his character, he absolutely would. But
okay, I think he would walk directly to Ching Yi and like Zhu Yan, and they'd be like, "Yeah, okay, we knew."
Yeah,
Thanks for
like,
telling us.
guys,
We already knew.
I need you to understand. I need you to sit down. This is huge news. They're faithing. Yeah, no shit.
See, that's where the John Doe agenda comes in. All right, he gets real mad about it because we all lied to him. Everybody lied to him to keep him under. And then he's like, okay, if me arresting proxies is not justice, and I don't know justice by the other cops, then what is justice? And then Jane says, join the consultancy, buddy. And then he throws away his name, bing, bang, boom, John Doe and Jane Doe from the commission.
Oh my God. And then they get married.
Then they get married and they live happily ever after. And then he actually becomes a good character, S-rank character.
Yeah, S-rank Seth. I like it.
I would love to get an S-rank Seth. That'd be so much fun.
Yeah, actually.
I love the S-rank versions of characters that we already know, so I absolutely would love to do that. I do still think it's really odd that, I mean, again, it might not be anything, but I mean, who knows? Whenever they said that we were going to go back to a story of like one of the people in the past, They had Corrin's wallpaper on the on the monitor in the background the entire time.
Ooh.
Could be a hint, or it could be
just
rotating
weird.
through.
It is weird, but we
Mm.
don't know the whole sickness thing. I would love to get more into like her backstory. I would love Corrin lore. I would love an S rank Corrin.
Yeah, she's
I
another
think they're
one.
cooking
because,
a
like,
lot for Victoria housekeeping in the future,
Yeah.
but they might be saving it for when like the big plot twist about the mayor happens.
Oh,
Like
true.
we just got
Yeah.
a little plot twist compared to like how much he's actually done.
I mean, he was always
Oh.
like suspicious. Um,
Also, I might sound dumb for like asking this, but like, who is this messenger that they were talking about in the end of the update or the story?
the identity of what we fought at the end, that entire being
That was the
was
messenger?
the messenger. Yes.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So, but what's interesting about that is he said, I thought they wouldn't do this again. Meaning that
he knew there was
it's
another one.
it's sent something like this before. Because you cut one tumor out and another one just grows. So the mayor has himself witnessed another messenger of that scale.
And he thought he like solved the problem before. No. Okay.
Yeah, which would make more sense. It actually points towards the Void Hunter that Ishwan encountered being under the mayor, because that's the only person that would like be able to excise something of like a messenger's power level, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my God,
we only
wait.
did it because we had Shungus.
Maybe that's why they say Sunbringer defeated, like she eradicated the Hive Lord Hollow, not that she defeated the Hive Lord. Maybe that could be the like
Oh.
maybe
you're
that could be
you're
what they're
saying the
referencing was that you
Lord.
can't defeat it. Like you can't defeat it.
Wait, but like, okay, you know, you guys
And they
know
just
how like,
yeah.
okay, you know how hollows are like they're hollows exist because of like etheric concentration or high levels of etheric concentration, and we know that Miyabi destroyed her hollow by defeating Lurna, the creature in the hollow. Wouldn't
Yeah.
defeating the hive hollow or the hive like lord cause the hive hollow to like be destroyed by extension?
Uh,
So that's the interesting part. They would have said it.
or making it
That's
leave
true.
the hollow.
Because they clarified Miyabi beat Lurna. They didn't clarify Sunbringer beat whatever is in it.
Yeah.
It's
I
just she
mean,
eradicated the Hive Lord Hollow.
because necessarily you don't have to defeat the ethereal to have the hollow disappear. If you somehow shoved it through a fissure and then closed the fissure, then it is no longer in the hollow, and its ether energy wouldn't be there.
I see. So that'd be assuming that she found a way to like transport the creature into another hollow.
Which
Mhm.
tracks if we need like a stable way to get to Risk Califer.
Mhm.
Yeah, if that other one, Hobo's doing that. I'm still searching for the freaking thing. It's not showing up when I like type in my keywords.
Also, like one of my server members was talking about like the AIs having like their own different like capabilities, like Fairy's ability being to locate and Jenny's ability being to like move things around. Do you think that Sunbringer like first of all, like is that like a valid thing? And do you think Sunbringer could use like the AI to like transport the ethereal outside of the hollow?
I don't know if using the AI necessarily to be able to transport out of the hollow makes sense in my brain, but I mean, I do agree with the fact that
Maybe
I don't
the
know
like
how it works
ether
either.
vacuum thing that they were talking about in the files, and
Oh,
like
where it
what
tries to
Tops was
avoid it?
currently work. Like yeah, but I'm
Oh.
saying like the ether vacuum. If they're able to create like an actual vacuum, that would be like a real easy
Oh,
way to
yeah, to
knock
like
up an
get a
ethereal
hollow.
Ghostbusters style.
That is what the lumen box is, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The freaking lumen box.
Oh,
Sorry, I
yeah.
couldn't remember the name. That's 100%. 100%, because that's exactly what happened. So
Like I
maybe
think it'll
that's
be
how Tops. So if the first research institute is part of Tops, then like that the fools, the card. Oh my god. My brain just melted at that realization. Oh my god. Yeah, so like if if Tops is making the artificial Void Hunter weapons,
Mhm.
maybe the Lumen box is like how they're doing it. Liquefy the ethereal and
Because like
inject it into
I
his
feel like
sword.
I feel like it would be in character with Sunbringer because like we know she's like a genius. Like it would make more sense for her to invent a way to dissipate the hollow rather than like fight the creature in the hollow. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, but the Lumen was more. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. The Lumen was miasma focused, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's not what they say. They say that they're working on it, but it could be used. You could try it against the miasma, see if it works.
Oh, well, it would
Because
have
I
to
remember like the
be.
way like the whole purpose of it was like get rid of like the drowned ideals and like what's going on with like the cocoon stuff, right?
Well, how Xiao describes it, she says it was experimental technology,
Mhm.
and she does
See,
not elaborate on it. They just
Mhm.
assume it'll work for the miasma.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they elaborate on it then.
I don't
Uh,
know if they will. They might have done their elaboration with the ether vacuum thing.
Oh,
uh,
maybe that's what it was.
we
Yeah.
did talk about yokai, by the way, chat. There's not really too much to talk about with yokai, just because there's.
You're just an evil goon, bro.
I mean, bro's awake, and it's just like we know he's gonna cause more mischief. Like
Yeah, he
that's
detests
his role.
humanity. That's all I know about him.
When they're being uploaded, there's like a few different flashes on yokai getting uploaded, so that we may see multiple versions of yokai.
Oh. The AI behind
Yeah,
the
the slaughter.
slaughter.
Yeah,
Purple guy, bro.
it's dude, it's Springtrap. That's what it is. That's what I said too. The amount of times that I made Five Nights at Freddy's references while playing this game, it kind of hurts me.
Yeah, FNAF is peak.
I told you, Five Nights at Freddy's is the game that got me into lore. Like that's the
Nah,
reason
actually,
why
the
I'm a
map,
lore person. Why is
lore goes
Yokai just a
hard.
mischief guy?
yeah, it does go
That's
hard.
just what he wants to do. He said he did the whole thing of him like being like mischievous with Lockspring, and then when Lockspring died, he was like, "All right, well, time to find a new plaything. Like I know the plan's gonna happen, so I might as well have fun until it happens."
I got a lot of strong opinions on the AI thing.
On Yokai.
No, on all of the AI thing. The thing I think is just most interesting about it is like they confirm that things are happening and like we're not being told directly.
Yes. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, they like show us like the little hints that something's happening, but they're not just like handing it to us. And I do appreciate that it leaves a lot for us to like theory craft on.
I do appreciate that. I do also wish that we still got the special episodes that didn't involve Faithin at all, and we got to see like other sides of people. Because I did love
I miss
that.
those.
I will say though,
Yeah.
they did do something very interesting in this co-op event, and I asked my chat, and I don't remember what they said, but as far as I'm aware, in this co-op event, when you're Soldier 11, on the final like part of Soldier 11, they actually had like internal dialogue of Soldier 11's perspective, which I don't remember them ever doing like internal dialogue from someone that wasn't Faithin. And I thought that was cool.
It was very interesting. Like it is interesting.
Like if they do more of
Kind
that,
of crazy.
getting like internal dialogue of other characters on whatever like scene just
Oh,
happened.
they did it for
it'd be
Evelyn
cute.
too in Astronomical Moment.
Yes, but that was when we were controlling her, wasn't it? Oh, I guess we were controlling Soldier, so I guess it doesn't matter. I guess it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think she did. You're talking
So
about
I
when she
think
was
it's
going
interesting
around
that while
trying to
we're
find the
controlling
clues.
them, we can hear their thoughts.
Yeah.
I do think that that's going to become important later on for like big lore, but right now that's just really interesting.
I just like it from like a writing thing. Like it's just nice being able to I don't know, it fleshes them out a little bit more. Also, I did think it's funny. Having Soldier 11 have voice lines in this co-op thing was so nice. I joked, but I'm pretty sure like it was the truth. I think we had more Soldier 11 voice lines here than we did in the entirety of 2.2 and Seed's Agent Story.
I think so.
Now, what do you guys think about? Oh, okay, so I love Soldier 11, but like, what do you guys think about that whole like faith in being connected to the color red in her eyes?
In Soldier 11's eyes? Wait, are you talking about the like the Crimson Eye thing?
Oh, all of it. No, she just the entire time that she's been in the game, like we've seen her like as a character, like in the story. I mean, she's always associated Phaethon with the color red, and
Oh,
like now
yes,
that's
yeah.
becoming like more important. We're so used to associating them with like yellow or like blue.
Yeah.
The red is like pretty left field.
What did was it Soldier 11 who said the Crimson Eye comment in the co-op thing?
No, it was
Yeah.
Miyabi actually. That's crazy, right? Why does Miyabi know
Well-
about it? Why does she know about the Crimson Eye training?
Yeah, you're right. It was
Wasn't it-
Miyabi. Oh yeah, because Soldier
Wasn't it
11
Miyabi
told her.
asking? Yeah, it's just Soldier 11 called you the Crimson Eye.
Yeah,
as your
yeah.
code name.
That's right. Yeah.
Wait, what the fuck? They actually talk about Icarus in the event?
Well, that's the beach event.
Oh, that's old.
What did she?
Yeah.
What did they call it? S- I wish I had it. My screen recording failed for the event this morning. Oh no. Maybe I have a
Soldier
screenshot.
11 outing trigger for wanting to come see us. Still can't believe they didn't let us use Crimson Twilight. I know, I was so sad. I was so sad. All right, I think I am gonna have to start calling it, because it is getting decently late, and I need to go and get some.
Oh my god, it's almost midnight.
Get some stuff
Have a
done.
wonderful evening.
Yeah.
Yes, but I want to say thank all of you for coming out. I greatly appreciate you coming together for this. I would like to do it again in the future if you guys are down. Ideally with more people as well. I did invite Sekai and Glastic as well, but unfortunately they weren't able to make it. So hopefully next time we can have them in, and we can talk about specific lore points ahead of time in the next one. That way we can be a little bit more cohesive. Because I know this is super fun for us, but I always know from a viewer perspective, it can be frustrating because it sounds like we literally have no idea what we're talking about, and that we're snorting crack like while we're talking. So having an actual like cohesive thing to go through would help with chat. But yeah, I think this was awesome. It's not often that a bunch of lore heads are able to get together. So yeah, thanks for coming out. I appreciate it. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, that was
No,
fun.
thank you.
time.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you for organizing this too. Like
Yeah, thank
honestly,
you
I
for
love talking about
hosting.
lore.
Hey, no problem. I'll do it again in the future. And then yeah, go through and shout yourselves out again, like we did at the beginning, starting with Comfy.
Oh, hello. I'm ComfyBlue, or just blue. Yeah, lower energy now than 3 hours ago because I've been using my brain this whole time.
Yeah, it's melting.
No streamer voice. We can't. We gotta like tone it down. Lots of lore stuff. I'm gonna be doing a lot more videos on stuff like this too, especially after these conversations. There's a lot of info to pull from here and a lot of stuff I want to like try to put together. So this was like super enlightening.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, bro, I learned a lot here too.
Hell yeah. I'm so glad. My chat, you guys said you don't know people to watch. Bro, they actually make videos. Go over there. Go over to them,
Yeah,
dude.
your videos were good too, bro. I saw like a video of
Thanks.
you reacting to like the Yutari trailer. That thumbnail was really funny.
Yeah. Okay, let me say, you say I make good videos and then following it up with a reaction vid's fucking crazy.
It was fun. It was a funny video though. It was funny.
No, I agree. No, I did really like that one. By the way, chat's the one who came up with that thumbnail. We made that shit live. It was very funny.
That actually got me cackling.
Yeah, no, I think I don't know. I've had a plan for. I'm ordering a green screen because I don't do. I'm not. I don't know. I kind of stepped away from doing like theorizing and stuff like that. I kind of do more like this is like concrete. What the fuck we know. And so now I'm gonna make a video like telling you what it is. And I leave the more like actual theorizing to you guys. For example, the 5-hour lore video that I will have to begin working on for season 2. That's gonna be so fun. Oh my god, I can't wait. I'm lying.
Yikes.
Yeah, well, at least I have a standing desk this time. That was my main complaint when because I crunched that entire production. It was like 80 plus hours, and like what?
Damn.
It was nonstop. I barely slept. I then had my friend hop in and help, and like when I was like literally just passing out, I would sleep at my chair while he took over while I slept for like an hour. And then I'd wake back up and then we'd continue together. It was awful. But the video came out awesome.
Yeah. The
Um,
dedication.
but I'm going
Brilliant.
ideally a different, more higher production visual showcase for 26. And then I'm getting a green screen. So I don't know if you guys saw the Commie North video that I did, but it's just me yapping about lore in front of a green screen, like Necrit and in League of Legends, doing shit like that. But anyway, Booby, shout yourself out.
My brain melted. No, I like those style videos. I think it's fun. You're like the news guy for for Zenless.
The news
I think
guy.
it's good. Exactly. Thank you so much for having me. I loved hanging out, chatting about lore. It's very, very fun. Oh my gosh, my ADHD brain absolutely went haywire. It melted. It was out of my nose. I'm speaking to you flubber style, as they say. Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening, guys.
Yes, you too. Thank you. Thank you. Dinglebob.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. You know, it was fun meeting all of you guys. You guys are all very smart, very cool. It was fun, you know, sharing ideas with you guys and people actually like, you know, listening and, you know, being receptive. You know, everything here today was like, you know, great. And I appreciate all of you guys for that. Yeah, we all love Zenless. Yeah.
We do. Hell
Super
yeah.
tough.
That's hot. And then finally, obviously, as you guys know, Idhari, Timely Idhari, apparently is actually just fairy, is an AI, has an entire database. Wherever you have that database, send me it. And yes, they don't have a channel, but you can find them on Twitter at Idhari_Timely. So definitely check them out. They have a bunch of lore threads on Twitter that are unbelievably goated, and I highly recommend checking them out. And yeah, that's all of us. Thank you guys so much for coming out to the stream as well. And I will see you later, chat. See you later.
Yeah, bye chat.
Bye.
Bye, buddy. Bye-bye.